Welcome everyone to Foothill College, where the Foothill Owls look to take on the Laney Eagles to start conference play. The first game for the Owls in the Bay 6 Conference. My name is Alejandro Flores. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Jeremy Hurtado. Pleased to join you here this evening for a second game of the day for me, but looking forward to seeing a good game here between Laney College and Foothill. Foothill comes out in their all-red uniforms. Got to love that. Trying to make a statement here early.
Yeah, and the big thing for this Foothill Owls team is they're going into this game 3-1. They're coming off of a loss that they just previously had to Sacramento City. It was a tough loss. Really, they lost that game in the third quarter due to a fumble that they had in their own end zone. Sacramento City recovered, and no scoring happened in that fourth quarter for the rest of the game. So the Owls are looking to improve and build off of that. But I had a chance to talk to Coach Ravio before this game as well and ask him how the team looks to improve off of the bye week. And he says this is a young team, so they're looking to shore up the mistakes, continue to improve, and continue to grow. So how do you think they could do that today against the Laney Eagles team?
I think they're going to continue to pass the ball around. They spread the receivers, try to keep making big plays against the Laney defense. It's been kind of susceptible to giving. They give 175 yards a game, does Laney. They also give up 135 yards a game, so it might be seeing a little more running the ball than we normally see from Foothill. Last couple years they've been run, and then, hey, hit you with that play action over the top. So that could be going back to what the Ravio likes to do. Kind of fits into his style as well. And then special teams is always a huge matchup here. When you got two teams that seem to be pretty evenly matched, special teams kind of usually depends on who gets the edge of special teams is going to get the edge in the victory.
You know, one thing about special teams, Trajan Sinatra, the kicker for the Foothill Owls, has been fantastic this season. The freshman, 5 for 7 on field goals, longest of 37, which was one to send them into OT, a game that they eventually won versus Reedley. Now, the last time the Owls had a home game here as well was against Sierra, so if any of you guys do remember that game that we had broadcast here on NorCal Sports TV, Foothill came back in that game against Sierra, scoring 17 points in the fourth quarter. It was a crazy comeback, one that you don't normally see in college football.
Yeah, we got the coin toss going on, captains out in the field. And the one thing I'm looking forward to see, too, is the defense of the Owls. That's been their calling card the last couple of years. Their defense making plays, keeping them in the game, creating turnovers. This year they're averaging 302 yards per game, giving up only 81 on the ground. So that kind of fits in what Owls like to do. But they're giving up 221 in the air. That's kind of a big number for the Owls. And so let's see how that plays into what Laney likes to do. Laney likes to be pretty much balanced. They average 285 yards a game, 159 yards on the ground, 125 through the air. So we got a team that likes to run the football versus a team that likes to stop the run. How's that going to play into affect things?
Yeah, that's going to play a huge factor. And again, too, talking to Coach Ravio, he mentioned how big the run game is for Foothill this year. You know, moving to the Bay 6, it's a whole new conference, and he's mentioned what it is now is when he's in this Bay 6, he feels like there's no weaknesses, there's no vulnerability. There's great athletes on both sides of the ball compared to just last year where they completely tore through the entire conference. And he said a big factor to that was the run game, and that's what he wants to start to establish now as they get going into league play. Both sides now starting to line up and get ready for the national anthem. And this great matchup coming up to you guys next on NorCal Sports TV. As you can see, the coach getting them hyped up. Brandon Younger, he's over there on the right side. He is the defensive coordinator for this Foothill Owls team. And Brandon Younger, again, started off as a DB coach here at Foothill, moved away to San Francisco, coached there for a little bit, came back to Foothill when Coach Matt Ravio took over as the head coach, and Brandon Younger got his promotion to defensive coordinator. And he brings a lot of energy to this team and really a big factor to why the Owls have become such a dominant force over the years. His recruiting class since 2019 has been a huge factor for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we talked about, that tough defense that they've played the last few years. Kind of been their bread and butter. When things don't go well, hey, defense always travels. Doesn't matter if it's a windy game or raining game, hot, defense plays everywhere. And so that's one of those things that the Owls have tried to build their name on at that lower level. Now, let's see how it translates into the Bay 6 conference. I mean, that's the big question, right? Hey,
yes.
Here's your chance, the first chance to make a big statement. You played some preseason games, you're 3-1, or non-league games, however you want to look at it. Now it's time to see, hey, what can you really do in conference play?
Yep. Andre Jackson and Johnny Barbie set to return this kickoff. And here comes the debut of the Foothill Owls in the Bay 6 Conference. Their first opponent will be the Laney Eagles. And Laney, again, as we mentioned, they are 2-3 on the year, but they have a great history of success in this conference. And off we go. Kick is going to head into the end zone, and the Owls will choose to take the touchback. And here we go with the offense. Now, one thing, too, Coach Matt Ravio mentioned about this Foothill offense is showing up the mistakes. Again, it's a young team, not too many returners on each side of the ball. So the big factor is going to be how they tune up the mistakes, play safe and smart football. And Coach Matt Ravio talked about a lot of situational moments in practice that they worked on.
Absolutely. With a young team, you got to kind of see how you're going to respond when that oops moment happens, because it's going to happen at some point where something's not going to go your way. You're going to have a play that you drop, a big play, or you throw a pick. And how's your team going to respond to that now playing against a different level of competition?
Jaden Macedo is back at the helm, and already a mistake for the Owls. Right on cue from what we were talking about. So it's going to make it 1st and 15 to start the drive now at their own 20.
Yeah, Henry Fanua, a little excited, right tackle out there all by himself in a spread formation, got a little excited. Jumped the snap count. We'll see if Foothill can overcome that here early on the first drive.
Trying to overcome it, they give it to Jaden Underwood, who powers forward 4 or 5 yards, and they get back the yards they just lost to make it 2nd and 10.
Absolutely. Good run off the right side. Nice job there by the offensive line, creating a little crease. Underwood hitting the hole hard, picking up 6. Brings up 2nd and 9 for the the Owls, rather.
Jaden Underwood, the leading back in this whole entourage that the Foothill Owls have. 139 rushing yards, 34 rushing yards per game, and 3 touchdowns, the most on the year rushing-wise for the Owls. On a 2nd and 10, Macedo, 3-man rush. He has a lot of time. He gets it to the outside, and the catch is made. Short of the sticks, it's going to be Corey Boscovich with his first catch of the game, and it's going to make it, looks to be 3rd and 2 upcoming for the Owls.
Good job at getting it out. Little out route. Picks up positive yards again on 2nd down. So you really look at that, and now it's 3rd and 2. You got lots of options. You can run the football. That's kind of what you want to do. Or you can try and go 4 wide receivers and empty and throw the ball.
Instead, they're going to choose to go 5 receivers out, showing no signs of a run. Macedo, blitz. It is not picked up, and they get to Macedo. The Laney Eagles bring the heat, and it gets right to him. Akil Edwards, the safety, is one of the first guys there.
Yeah, that was a bad snap by the center. Low into the outside. Quarterback had nothing he could do about it. And, again, that's one of those things we talked about earlier, right? There's the oops. There's the big, it happened. Now, how are we going to respond next drive? Your center has a little bit of thought process. I did that last time. How's that going to play out? We'll see. Look to see that first snap of the second drive.
And here comes Jordan Rucker. He's going to send this one away. Averages 40 yards per punt. This one's going to be muffed and picked up, and looks like by an Owl. And a great punt by Jordan Underwood. Had a miscue of a bounce. And the Laney Eagles make a key mistake, and just like that, all momentum back to the Owls.
Absolutely, and that's one of those decisions, just not a very good one there. And teammates trying to pick him up, as we see on the replay. He's trying to stop the ball from rolling and bouncing inside the 20, but coaches on special teams usually tell you if the ball hits the ground, get out of the way and run away from it. Because bad things happen when the ball hits the ground, and that just shows right there. Try to scoop it up. It bounces off your chest plate into the hands of the kick coverage team, and now the Owls are at the 29-yard line, ready to strike.
Just trying to do a little bit too much.
Now let's see the snap here. Again, the center didn't have any time to think about either. So we'll see if that plays into things here in this first snap of the second drive.
Fuentes now in the backfield for the Owls. As we have another flag to start a Foothill drive. And it's going to be a delay of game on the Owls. Again, so now 2 drives starting off with negative plays. This time a delay of game, especially after a turnover where you have a little bit more time to get your guys out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that just kill you. I mean, for first and 15, both drives. Last time they came up 2 yards short, didn't pick up the first down. This time we'll see how it plays out, but that's one of the things you can't have after a dead ball situation. I know it's sudden change. You were over there talking to your coaches all of a sudden, hey, you got to go. But you can't have a false or delay of game.
Now on a 1st and 15, it's going to go to Fuentes. And Fuentes won't gain back the full amount of yardage, but he will gain about 3 as Macedo heads over to the sidelines to get the call from offensive coordinator Kenny Coleman in his 3rd season as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, a little power play there. You got the H-back moving. He's going to bring the kick-out block. Good job there. Foothill just get up there, get some positive yards. You picked up 3. Trying to just get some points out of this turnover. You're already in field goal range. So take advantage of the opportunity to get points.
Again, they have a kicker in Sinatra who can kick from far out. Macedo drops back on a 2nd down. He's going to fire this one down the left side, and that's way out of bounds, but a flag is also thrown.
Yeah, absolutely. The DB there just got kind of caught, and he knew he was in trouble, so he grabbed and held on. Unfortunately,
looked to be Bryce Heckard, who was there in coverage, number 19.
Yeah, he just grabbed on, held on. Instead of giving up the touchdown, sometimes you tell the DBs, hey, if you're beat, just grab them, hold on to them, give up the 15 yards. It's not a big deal.
In college, it is not a spot foul. And they are going to give it the call.
On the defense, number 19, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it's going to make it an automatic first down, and that's going to be the first penalty against the Eagles now. Sets up the Owls at the 16-yard line, where the Owls have a red zone percentage of 60%. They usually get into the end zone 60% of the time. Other times, though, they're 80% when you include field goals. Now with 12:18 to go in a 0-0 game, Owls in a 1st and 10. Settle dropping back again. 4-man rush, fires over the middle, and is bobbled up in the air. And did he catch that? They're going to say he caught it. What a catch from Brody Simpson. His first touchdown of the year is a remarkable one.
Yeah, absolutely. He came across the middle. He got blown up by the DB. DB thinks he did his job, and while he's laying on the ground, the ball just falls into his lap. Right place, right time. You see here on the replay again. Safety comes over, does his job, so he thinks, and then the ball finds him on the ground for a touchdown.
What awareness from Brody Simpson as the PAT is good. And the Owls take a 7-0 lead. Again, his first touchdown of the year for the freshman.
Yeah, look at the replay here. You can see he just finds the ball. Great job of staying with the play, being aware, knew the ball bounced up, and he just happened to land right in the right place at the right time. And he's laughing on the sideline. He's all smiles, saying, yeah, that's how I planned that.
Yeah, just how you draw it up there for the Owls. So now
absolutely.
A 7-0 lead. What a turn of events this was. It went from the Owls, a 3-and-out to start the game, and then a big turnover from the Eagles turns into an Owls touchdown.
And what we talked about before the game, special teams, right? Special teams mistake by Laney sets the Owls up, and then they get the touchdown drive. Now, how on the flip side, how can Laney respond? You just gave up one of those things that you made the special team mistake. Then you blow up the defender or the receiver, think I made a great play, and it still turns into a touchdown. So you got 2 negatives. How can you respond and be like, okay, we haven't had the ball yet. We've already had 2 catastrophic plays against us.
As you mentioned, it feels like all luck is against Laney right now. And just then again, muffling the kickoff. And they're going to have to take this one from inside their own 5-yard line. Great special teams play by the Owls. And that pins Laney inside at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, and he caught that in the end zone and dropped it. He could have just taken a knee there and taken the touchback. Instead, I think he freaked out and kind of forgot where he was. All of a sudden, now he tried to come out of the end zone, and bad things happen. You're at the Hones.
Yeah, I was about to say
4-yard line.
In the end, as long as he never left the end zone,
Yep.
he still could have taken it out.
Absolutely. So we'll see. Special teams mistake number 2 by Laney.
And it's a tough situation for Bo Blau as he's going to hand this one off. And Zachary Norton's going to take it up for a solid gain on the first play. And that gets him out of the danger zone just a little bit, now to the 11-yard line.
It does. When you're back here inside your own 5-yard line, the first thing you want to do is get outside the 5. That way, if you have to punt, you have 15 yards for your punter to be able to work. Now, the next thing, obviously, is try to get the first down. Try and get things rolling. We'll see if Laney can make that happen here on second down.
Here they are on second down. It's a blitz up the middle and another handoff. It is to Norton. And Norton only gets forward for a gain of 1.
Yeah, zone read there, or power read, however you want to call it. You got the quarterback reading the backside in. He decided to hand off, and not much room there. Brings up a 3rd and short. Again, Laney, 50-50 pass run, but I wouldn't be looking for them to throw the ball here. I think with all these offensive linemen in the game and your foot-to-foot splits, you're probably running power football right here.
Yeah, one thing about the Laney Eagles, they run with 6 offensive linemen on the field. That's because of their run game. This time he tries to run it forward, and he will get the first down. It looks like Bo Blau was able to fight forward. Are they going to say it's a first, or are they going to call it 4th? It's going to be 4th and very close. And that's going to force a punt.
Yeah, that's a power read. Again, he looked like he kind of stumbled, didn't get full extension, and a good job there by the Owls defense to hold him just short, probably a half a yard short of the first down. And again, special teams out for Laney. Special teams 0 for 2 so far for the Eagles. Let's see if they can make something positive happen on their end here.
You were talking about that Owls defense, what a big factor it is already on their first drive out there. The punt is way off and muffled, maybe only going for about 25 to 30 yards. So the Owls again are going to start in fantastic. He's going to pitch this one. This is Johnny Barbie, and Barbie is going to be tackled right in the backfield, maybe getting back to the line of scrimmage. As that was a great play from the Eagles defense, a play they desperately needed.
Yeah, you see number 1, O'Leary, come flying in there and making the tackle for Laney, doing a good job because it looked like the offensive line had a pretty good wall made for him. If O'Leary hadn't got through there and stopped it for no gain, that might have went down the sideline for some nice yardage. Instead, it comes up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, one of the great returners for this Owls team, Johnny Barbie, one of the few sophomores returning. Macedo, he's going to get a screen pass. Simison getting a little bit more action. He's going to get popped, but he will still get a gain of about 6 or 5, my apologies.
Yeah, this is a little tunnel screen to the slot receiver, and here comes number 1 flying in again. O'Leary making the tackle. So he made one behind the line of scrimmage last play. That one comes up and stops it for a 5-yard gain.
O'Leary making his presence felt early in this game. Now 8:50 approaching in this first quarter. Here the Owls face a 3rd and 5.
Yeah. Blitz backside. Throw
Looks
it
like
slant.
a blitz
Yep.
right at the middle. He throws a slant, and that pass is going to be disrupted. No call on the field either, as he was attempting to get that one to Johnny Barbie. That's going to bring up 4th and 5. And let's see what the Owls do if they choose to go for it in this situation or what they want to do. This is kind of no man's land at this moment, especially while Sinatra is good. He is still young and a freshman kicker. Who knows how much trust they have in him to take that long of a field goal at the college level.
Yeah, I like the idea to go for it here. You had with perfect things set up. You had a 3-by-1 set last time, backside slant, one-on-one coverage. Hecker just made a great play by the Eagles.
Here comes 4th down. Disguise blitz outside and open for the catch. And moving forward is Boscovich. He fumbles it forward, and it's picked up by Johnny Barbie for the touchdown. And again, just everything going the wrong way for the Eagles. It looks like the refs are calling this one off.
Yeah, and I think he stepped out of bounds before he fumbled it is what they're going to say.
They are going to say a foot has stepped out of bounds as the ref is having to stop the music that's going on right now.
The fumble occurred. It will be placed there. It's first down Foothill.
It's going to be first down Foothill, but the touchdown will be negated. So the Owls are going to pick up on 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. That would have been Johnny Barbie's first touchdown of the year. And what a dramatic fashion that would have been.
And like you said, things kind of going the Eagles' way, or the Owls' way, right? Everything seems to be bouncing their way, including when you fumble the football. So,
yeah, they drop it into their own arms. They fumble it to their own players. And here we go, moving forward. Underwood, he's going to be immediately stuffed by that Eagles front seven.
Yeah, Underwood tried to run the power play to the left side that time, and there was nobody fooled by the Owls, or Eagles defense rather, as you see right there. Big defensive lineman coming in and making the play.
So, despite the Owls having success so far early in this game, they haven't done good on first down plays for the most part. A lot of negatives or no gains at all. So here they go again on a 2nd and 10. Dropping back. And he's going to dump this one out to Fuentes. Fuentes breaking a couple tackles, fighting forward, and will get a gain of 5 to make it 3rd and 5 inside the 10.
Yeah, there to make the tackle was Hampton Purife for the Eagles. It's hard to see these silver numbers on the white uniforms, not helping the announcers out at all.
Our apologies ahead of time. We're really having to put our eyes to the test. Last time I checked, I do have 20/20 vision, but this is definitely making me work to see if I do still have it. So it is a 3rd and 5 for Macedo. Again, the Owls 60% in the red zone going into this game.
Pick.
And just like that on the outside, having to make a couple moves, fight forward, and close to the sticks. That was Andre Jackson. And they're going to give it a first down. Andre Jackson, the leading receiver for the Owls this year.
Yeah, a little rub route if you're an offensive guy. If you're a defensive guy, you call that a pick route. It's just a slant and a shoot or slant arrow. Basic football 101 concept. But it's hard to defend when you run it correctly. And that time, defender got picked off or rubbed off, depending on which side you're on, by the slant. I'm an offensive guy, so we call that play all the time. It's always a rub. But, yeah, I mean, that's an easy concept, easy throw for the quarterback, 1st and goal.
That was a former quarterback. I love that. Handoff to Underwood. Underwood continuing to fight. Doesn't go down easy, but gains just about 1 yard.
Yeah, and Owls not been able to run the ball really well yet. I mean, they've been trying. They're put in like they normally do, 3 or 4 different running backs. I just kind of shocked about that, not being able to run the football too well. Then now it seems like they got their receivers coming in. So
especially when it's been a staple of their team for the past years, especially last year. And as I mentioned before in the game, Ravio mentioned he wants to get that run game back to what it was. Here they come in a 2nd and goal. They're overloading one side. Macedo's going to roll out. Still has time. Looking to the end zone. Those are crosses. Ball in, and it's going to be caught. Simison, 2 on the day to start this game.
Yeah, that's a little sprint out option. He has a chance to run or throw. And you always yell at quarterbacks, don't throw it across your body unless it works in the touchdown, right? That's like one of those things as a coach, you're going, run. Oh, hey, good throw. Yeah, nice job. Okay, and then you watch it on film, you're like, hey, don't ever do that again.
Yeah.
But he's there, 2nd touchdown of the night for him.
Speaking again, as a former quarterback, that was always the cardinal sin that you could not commit is throwing across your body, but that time it works for Macedo and for Simison. Again, Brody Simison was the 5th leading receiver going into this game. No touchdowns as well. Now in their first conference game, 2 already on the day. And the Owls at a 14-0 lead.
Absolutely. They were hiding him. Shh, don't tell anybody, okay? Hey, we got this guy. He can make some plays. And now he's going to bust out and leak our conference game number 1.
Yeah.
Hey, first 10 minutes, he picks up 2 touchdowns.
He's on pace for more right now. Technically speaking, he is on pace to get 8 touchdowns on the day, if we want to count by that. Now, big thing, too, for this Owls team, we mentioned, right, it's a young team, not so many returners who played last year. But, talking to the Owls coaching staff, too, they did say a lot of these guys were still on the team. A lot of gray shirts now finally getting their opportunity to shine. A lot of guys who sat back for a year, learned the offense, understood the flow of college football, and are now ready for the moment as the Owls kick this one away. This time, the Eagles trying to get much better starting field position, and they will, just based off of the initial return, and that's going to get it to about the 24, 23-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Laney has to respond. You've had the ball one time, technically, right, because you turned the ball over on special teams. Mm-hmm. And you've already given up 2 scores to the Owls. You got to do something offensively here. Give your defensive guys who are meeting over there on the sideline a chance to, hey, look at some film that are getting here live feeds, and they're looking and say, hey, we got to make these adjustments, talk to our coaches, fix things. Otherwise, it could be a long night for Laney.
Especially a Laney Eagles team that runs the ball so often, and they're running it again here on the fly sweep. And immediately stuffed in the backfield. Joshua Shanklin, the linebacker for the Owls. 24 tackles on the year. One of the star players on this defense with a big-time tackle for a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know if going sideline to sideline is maybe the right thing to try and do against the Owls defense. They're so fast. They come up and they make plays. If I'm Laney, I think I'd take my chances running right at them with some kind of power gap scheme stuff instead of the sideline to sideline, but we'll see how things continue to progress.
Shanklin, one of the edge rushers. Again, he's there on the tackle, and Shanklin again with another big-time play for the Owls. Now, Joshua Shanklin going into this game, 24 tackles, 6.5 sacks, team leader in that department, not to mention 8 tackles for a loss and a forced fumble.
Yeah, that time they tried to go quarterback power, and there was nobody fooled. Good film recognition by the Owls to see, hey, we've seen this before. We know what's coming. I guarantee you that was the coaching key. He said, hey, here's what they like to do. Here's the top 3 plays they like to go in this situation. And he just said, hey, I know what's coming. I got this guy. He's mine.
And here it is, 14-0 with 4 minutes left in the game, and the Eagles get their first pass off of the game. And it's going to be immediately stuffed again, just a wide receiver screen. And many Owls there to make the stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Tunnel screen. Tries to get underneath. He breaks it back outside when you got all the friends coming inside. That's a coaching point that they'll talk about too is tunnel screen. You got to wait for your offensive line to come, block down, and then you cut inside. Instead, he tried to go back outside where all the bad guys are if you're the offense. And that's what happens when you do that. You lose yardage. And defensive coordinators dance around the sideline because they're happy, as you see on the film there. So
again, Brandon Younger, one of the most energizing coaches. That one
that got tipped, I think. I don't know.
That looked like that was tipped off of the line. So again, another miscue on the punt. Instead of a shake, this time it's a tip. And the Owls again setting up inside the 40-yard line. Again, still 3:12 left in the first quarter, and the Owls already leading 14-0.
Yeah, and this is the 3rd possession they've taken over in a row inside the 40-yard line. Offense has put 2 points on the board the last 2 times. Let's see if we can see who got a hand on that or if it was just a shank. Yeah, special teams coach was down here saying it was tipped too. So
yeah, there was a lot of pressure from the Owls. You could see immediately pressure from the right side of the gap. And it looked like a hand did get on it as first down is going to be a run. This time trying to fight forward and get through. It looks like that's going to be a run for Kevin Fowler. And a good gain to start off the drive for the Owls. Again, we were talking about first down plays haven't been too successful. That time it is a gain of 9 for the Owls.
Yeah, what I like is you look at he gets there and he just keeps his leg moving and keeps the pile moving. Picks up 8 on the play, brings up a 2nd and 2. And that's the first play on first down they've had positive yards. They went backwards twice on penalties and 2 0-yard plays that time. Picking up 9, much better position to be in for an offensive coordinator.
Definitely, and again, the Owls have an entourage of running backs, Fowler, Fuentes, Underwood, Jones, and they're still trying to find who that ace could be, as this time, Fowler stuffed in the backfield. Great play on the defensive side. That is Elijah Jackson, the defensive back who gets there for the big stop.
Yeah, absolutely, and you see Jackson takes on the H-back, gets away from him, and then just absolute form tackle. Nice play there by the Laney defensive end to come up and make the play when you need it most. Now makes it a 3rd and 4, third and 3.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and
Speaker's
4.
right in the way here for me to see, but.
And the Owls right now showing no signs of run. It's an empty set. It's going to be a wide receiver screen, and it is dropped. Trying to send that one out to the outside. Pass is dropped, and that is going to be a big-time 3rd down stop for this Eagles defense.
Yeah, absolutely. You try to go with that little wide receiver screen, and defensive guy knifes through there and makes a big play now.
That was Malachi Jackson, who was an intended target on that play. And again, no man's land for the Owls, it seems like, so they might be going for it here on 4th down, which they did convert last time. So they're 1 for 1 so far on 4th down plays.
Yeah, if I'm the Owls here, I might go maybe a hard count, try and get the Laney to jump. We'll see.
Offsides would give them a 1st down. Instead, they're going to go quick snap, pressure in Underwood's face, throw to the outside, and a flag will be thrown. That's when the backside ref has contact got there a little early. And this should be a 1st down for the Owls.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just an out route that they called. And the defensive back, number 44, the linebacker, unable to stay with the guy. And that's Marlon Purify.
Yeah, and Xavier Canto was the intended receiver as well. Canto, freshman from Live Oak. Seeing a little bit of action. Some of his first for the year, actually. On that big empty set.
Yeah, so last time we saw a 15-yard penalty. This time, since it's short of 15 yards, it's a spot foul, but it is an automatic 1st down. Nonetheless, the Eagles get another break.
There's Macedo now on a 1st and 10. It's Jaleel Jones now in the backfield. And Jones will get the handoff. Jones immediately stuffed, finding no room to work with. And that's going to be a loss of 4. Or it looks like about a loss of 3 as Jones tried to fight for the extra yard as much as he could there. But a big-time stop for the Eagles again on a 1st down play.
Tackled by Purifoy and Cherry.
So 2nd and long upcoming. And this is an Owls team that, again, is favoring heavy on the pass game this year. 282 total passing yards a game is their average, compared to just 115 rushing. So Macedo draws back, doesn't have time, immediate pressure and a sack. Getting there in the backfield for the Eagles. It's going to be Mathis Aliaga. Oh, Aliaga, my apologies. Aliaga, that's his 1st sack of the game.
Good job there, just working through the offensive guard, shedding his block, and then getting down and chasing down the quarterback.
And so now the Owls are going to choose to let it go to the quarter break. And following that, they're going to be facing a 3rd and 24. So not how they want to face the start of the 2nd quarter. But right now, the Owls enjoying the position they're in, 14-0 to end the 1st quarter. And we'll be back with you guys on NorCal Sports TV after the break.
Hill College Football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back to the 2nd quarter as the Owls facing a 3rd and 24 to start. So not the position you want to be in. It's going to be a screen pass for the Owls and moving forward. But of course, a lot of yardage to gain. There's a little bit of some feistiness between 2 guys over there on the left side, but Jordan Fuentes couldn't get that far. Right now, the Owls also showing no signs of And there they go.
They're going to punt.
For a split second, it looked like the offense was going to stay out there, but again, it still would have been a fourth and extremely long, 4th and 17 to be exact.
Yeah, one thing to keep an eye on, too, is the quarterback comes up a little limpy for Foothill.
If you do recall, Macedo did get hurt at the end of the Sierra game. It had to be Raymond Price who came in to get the game-winning touchdown.
So they're going to try a field goal,
Sinatra from Silver Creek High School sends this one up, and it is short, on target, but short. Again, that's a lot of trust in the young kicker for the Owls, trying to see if he had the leg to do it.
So that's a big momentum stop there, too. Now you get the ball at the
your own
34-yard line?
Yes. So this is exactly what the Eagles need.
Yeah, I mean, you try the 49-yard field goal, don't come away with it. Now, Eagles got to get something going offensively if you're Laney.
How is Jeff Haggetson, the offensive coordinator for this Laney Eagles team, going to respond? This Eagles coaching staff is very experienced. And moving forward, it's going to be a run play up the middle. Bo Blau gets a gain of about 5 there. It's going to make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a good response, right? You pick up 5, you get 2nd and 5. You know, play calling duties come. You got lots of options here, 2nd and 5. Way better than 2nd and 13, 2nd and 12. So,
and much better than working inside your own 10-yard line.
Absolutely.
So here they come on a 2nd and 5. Blau is going to hand this one off again. This time it's going to be the fullback, or not, my apologies, it's going to be Zachary Norton moving forward. And he's going to get right at the sticks. Let's see if
I think they're going to go 3rd and inches, but
again,
it looks like a first down from here, I'm just saying, but hey.
3rd and
now it's definitely a first down when the center moved the ball forward like that. But
it's 3rd and quite literally 1 inch, and just like that, the Eagles look like they just made a costly mistake. Or was that on the Owls? What's going to be the call here?
That's got to be on the right guard. He moved before everybody else. We'll see.
You can see on the replay
right
here.
There. See when he moves and
it's going to be a false start on the offense. And just like that, you went from 3rd and quite literally 1 inch to now 3rd and 5. And it's a much bigger task for an Eagles team that doesn't seem to throw too often. They don't favor the passing game. They are heavy on that run game, especially with 6 linemen out there. There they go, 3rd and 5. Blau dropping back and now looking immediately to run, and Blau is going to have a little bit of room, and he'll get the first down. That's going to be the first down for the Eagles in this game. As he gets right at the stick.
Maybe.
Or let's see what the ref's going to call this one here.
Looks like a first down to us.
I mean, just from what I could see from my own angle, it looked like he definitely got the ball over, more so than he.
And there it is. There's the official announcement. But yeah, and on that set up, you had the pistol backs in the backfield, 2 backs, quarterback. They ran that same motion that they did before. They faked the wide receiver, or the screen to the back, and they went quarterback power back to the left side. So kind of complicated. A lot of window dressing to try and get 5 yards. They pick it up. We'll see. Eventually, you're going to have to throw that wide receiver screen or a running back screen. Otherwise, no one's going to react to it. So we'll see if Laney decides to put it in the air here shortly.
Let's see if the Eagles try to switch things up. Again, it's going to be a play action. This time they are, and this time it's going to be a nice dump off to the receiver on the outside, barreling through tacklers and fighting forward for a first down. Jeremiah Caldwell, the fullback for this Eagles team, and there's also flags at the end of the play as Caldwell has a few words to say at the end there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job there by the tight end. He runs somebody over here and then keeps going. A couple of Eagle Owls just kind of stopped thinking the play was over, and he spins back in bounds, picks up more yardage, gets inside the 45-yard line down to the 42, and then we got a flag.
It'll be unsportsmanlike conduct.
And that's going to be so that's going to kick it down inside the 30-yard line.
It's going to be against Folema. Number 42 for the Owls.
Yeah, and I knew it was on 42 because you had the receiver that was 42 and the BB
Yes.
that was 42.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's like at number 42, and I'm like, yes, we know that. Which one was it? So, first down, Eagles.
Big thing about Jeremiah Caldwell, who just made the catch. He's a fullback listed, more like a Kyle Juszczyk, as this one's going to be a fly sweep. Trying to break through a tackle, can't fight forward, and that's going to be another loss on a fly sweep for this Eagles. This Owl defense right now swarming to the football.
Yeah, and I said before, I don't know if going east and west is maybe the best option for you, trying to come against this Owls defense. Just watch them tonight, watch them in the past. They always have guys that fly to the football. And if you're going to do that, you got to just run right at them. Usually they're not as adept at making the tackle coming right at them. They love to try and get you to run sideline to sideline.
Or even using deception, using the fly sweep to pull guys and open up the middle.
Exactly.
So here come the Eagles. On a 2nd and 12. This time it's a drop back pass. Finding no one except a whole bunch of defenders. The Owls are going to get there for the sack. The whistle is going to be blown. And that's going to be a sack for the Owls. That entire pressure got there.
Yeah, that they got away with the hold right there. Everybody in the stadium screaming for left tackle. But then right here, your quarterback keeps driving, and then they finally blow the whistle. Instead of being a 3 to 5 yard loss, I think it's only like a 1 yard loss. Still a sack. Brings up 3rd and 13, but much better position if you're Laney, only losing 1 as opposed to 5. And now this is somewhere you're not very comfortable in. 3rd and long. Let's see if they just try and pick up half and settle for a field goal attempt.
It's the first time the Eagles have faced a 3rd and long. This time they're just going to hand it up right up the gut and fighting forward. But again, too many yards to gain.
Yeah, now we got a flag though again. And I think it's going to be on the sideline warning. I think the officials ran into the coaching box of the Owls. So that'll just be a warning as the first one. Still sets them up for later.
That's a correct call. It is a warning that is issued.
But I mean, I don't know. If I'm Laney, I might go for this here, even though it's 4th and 6, but it looks like they're going to send the kicking team in.
Well, it looks like the coach has a different idea of what to do in this situation. Right now he's lining up his players. It looks like for what could possibly be a field goal attempt, and it will be for the Eagles.
40-yard field goal attempt.
A chance for the Eagles to put themselves on the board here, approaching 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. And the kick is up and right down the middle. Oh, it's actually going to be off to the right. It was close to getting in, but off to the right. Apologies for my perception there. And Laney again. Nothing seeming to go right.
Yeah, and if you're the Owls, that's bend and no break, right? You give up some yards, you give up a couple big plays, you get the personal foul penalty, but you overcome because you don't give up the points. You stop them just far enough out where they miss the field goal off to the right there. And again, your offense picks up the ball at their own 23-yard line. Chance to go in here, 9:30 left. Put an exclamation point in the first half if you can move this down here and get some points on this drive.
Again, what a huge advantage it would be for the Owls to have a 21-point lead possibly, especially against an Eagles team that doesn't throw the ball often. So here comes Macedo. Immediate pressure, having to roll out right, looking down the field, and he throws it up and out to the sidelines. He's going to throw that one away as Macedo took a shot there.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's good to see Macedo back out there, right? Because the last play we saw him take a shot, weren't sure if he was going to be in the game anymore. Came up limping this time, gets outside, and if I'm a quarterback coach, throw that away a little sooner than that, okay? Don't take that shot. There's no reason that you already got banged up earlier. Just throw that away. See that it's not there. You're outside the pocket. As long as you get a pass line of scrimmage, you're good. Instead, takes that big shot, and it's not only a shot, it's with the shot when you hit the ground, when the defender hits and lands on you, that also gives you that second impact.
Yeah, and now following that second impact on a 2nd and 10, what can the Owls do? We're going to hand it up, right up the gut, and some open daylight for the Owls, and going forward for a first down. Jordan Fuentes with a big carry.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what happens, right? You get one guy to miss. You get the H-back comes in motion, kicks out, everybody comes up. One guy misses the tackle, and all of a sudden it's a huge play. 15-yard gain, first down, resets things up. Now you're looking at definitely trying to get some points on the board as opposed to just flipping field position. And if I'm Owls, I mean, you run the ball well, just keep doing it.
Yeah, right now, the offense showing no signs of stopping. Here they are on a 1st and 10. And it's going to be another handoff up the gut and another chunk gain. It is for Fuentes. That's going to make it 2nd and 7.
Sorry about that. Yeah, absolutely. Just running off the right side, picking up 7. You see that power. You got the H-back comes in motion. There's nothing to it, really. It's pretty simple. It's just H-power, and it's easy pickings right now. If you're the Owls offensive lineman, you're loving this. You're just like, hey, let's keep running the ball. Every offensive lineman wants to run the ball, never want to pass the ball. I don't know why, because I like throwing the football personally, but linemen are always like, hey, let me get going forward, run over somebody. That's way more exciting than sitting back and letting them run at me.
Well, it's where the pancake blocks happen for the O-line. Macedo rolling out, dumping it off for a short gain, and that will get to the sticks for a 1st down. He handed that one out to Ben Rozzi, the tight end for the Owls. Just his 2nd catch of the year.
Absolutely, and again, now your H-back comes in motion. You run power, boom. You flip them out on the side on the shoot route. Gets close to 1st down and does actually pick up the 1st down, waiting to see. We've been wrong before on that one. So,
and they have been very close on some we saw, as we mentioned, the 3rd and quite literally 1 inch from where it was. This time it goes to Fuentes. Fuentes with a lot of room. Right at the ball pops up in the air, and it's caught by the Owls. It looked like for a second it was a jump ball. 3 flags up, and the Owls won it.
Yeah, and this is a great job getting up to the 2nd level. You see the 3 linemen getting up there, and then bam, safety coming up and making a huge hit, putting his helmet right on the football.
That looked to be John Watts, the safety for the Eagles, getting it right on the football, and Fuentes is down following that hit.
Watts, boom, that's like highlight film tackle right there, and right in the right spot at the right time is the tight end, number 82 for the Eagles, or Owls rather.
Yeah, what a
Barnett.
Fantastic awareness. It is by Barnett. And Fuentes is able to get off his own strength again. Probably just took a stinger right there. That was a big hit that he took. It gets the Owls a 1st down, though. And so far, that run game having a lot of success now. 3 runs that have really broken through past the 1st level.
Yeah, and again, you run the ball well. Your offensive line was up there blocking, got to the 2nd level. I mean, that's what you want. Offensive coordinator right now, you got to be loving things if you're a Foothill Owl fan.
And now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Macedo fumbling this snap, and that's going to disrupt the entire run play. As having to wait to get the ball was Kevin Fowler. And that left him vulnerable in the backfield for a big-time tackle for a loss.
Yeah, and that one, the quarterback just dropped it, hitting right in the hands.
It's now a couple times out that the snaps have had miscues.
And again, those are things that kill drives, right? You have everything rolling, everything's going your way. You've made all the plays. Every time the ball bounces, it finds your hands, and then you drop a snap. And now it's 2nd and 13, 14, and you're looking at, okay, now we got to make a play, put some added pressure on your offense that doesn't need to be.
Now on the 2nd and long, Macedo play action, medium pressure, good move by Macedo, and he's going to take this one to run down to the right side, and gets out of bounds. There's also a flag there.
Yeah, big time hold out there by the receiver, trying to help his quarterback. I love the effort. As you see, naked boot, didn't fool him. Great job of leading the way, and then right here, boom, 6 comes in. He's going to get called for the holding. And again, now you're going to push yourself back even further.
And that's going to be on Johnny Barbie. A rare mistake from the veteran of this offense.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that your coach is going to be like, hey, I love the effort, right? You come out here, you're trying to protect your quarterback, but you have to understand you can't reach out and touch someone, right? You have to come inside and get them. And it's just one of those things. So basically, it's kind of you still gained 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Brings up 2nd and 12, we'll call it. So it isn't a huge yardage one. It's just one of those things that kind of kill your momentum.
Yeah, again, so they get 2nd down again now. Settle Quick dump off. He's getting it to Barbie this time. Barbie want to make up for the mistake he just made, and Barbie moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that play call, right? You know the guy. He knows you messed up. Let's give him the ball right back, try and get a chance to make up for it, which he does. He gets the wide receiver bubble screen. Good blocking out front by his teammates. Hits the gap, and then he gets up to near the 30-yard line, not pushed out of bounds at the 31.
Now that's going to make it a 3rd and 3 upcoming for the Owls. And they want to solidify these conversions on 3rd down. They haven't been too successful yet in this game. Really, a lot of their drives have been successful because they haven't met 3rd down. So here they go again. Blitz right up the middle. Macedo rolling out, going backwards, throwing across his body, and almost throws a pick.
Yep, and that's the one where we talked about earlier, right? Hey, you get away with it in the end zone. So you think, hey, I can make this throw. My arm's strong enough. Got the delay blitz by Laney. Great job here. You see him coming. They get picked up pretty well, but he still gets pressure. And then you almost throw the pick. And again, now you're in that no man's zone. Last time you kicked the field goal opportunity from here. It missed it from 49, so it looks like they're going to continue to try and go for it, which I don't dislike. I like that option of going for it here. It's 4th and short. The way you've ran the ball, you can run the football. You can still go with that little rub/pick route if you like. Lots of options here on 4th down. You can always take a timeout and think about it as play clock's running down.
Which is exactly what they're going to do. And the Owls take a timeout here on a 4th and 3. And we'll get back with you guys to see the ensuing play.
Time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started.
Welcome back to a 4th and 3 that the Owls are facing with 5 minutes left in the half. And Macedo, play action, turning immediately and throwing it up to no one in sight.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a big miscue.
It might be an intentional grounding, too. The officials are going to talk about it. I think they're going to call intentional grounding here because this is a choice route by the tight end, and he chooses to pick it up a field instead of running the out, and the coach is absolutely livid about it. He read the same thing I did. He should have broke it outside because there was high coverage. Instead, he continued to climb and went the seam route and left the quarterback just absolutely hanging. And then the officials are going to mark it as intentional grounding, so it's going to be.
Yep, and there is the official call from the ref. Going to make it a loss of down. It's going to be a spot penalty, and that's going to set up Laney at their own 45-yard line with 5 minutes left to go in this half. So what can the Eagles do despite how troubling of a first half they had? This game is still not out of control. Bo Blau is going to keep this one, has a lot of open space and gets forward for a strong gain of 16, around 17 yards.
Yeah, let's go back to that penalty, right? You think, okay, what's the big deal? It's 4th down anyway. But what it did do is it changes the field, 15 yards of field position. And now you get one big play, and now you're in striking distance if you're Laney. So you got 30 yards in 2 plays. Laney has the ball at the 38-yard line. Plenty of time, 4.5 minutes left to go. Only down by 2 scores. Hey, if you're Laney, you put one in the end zone here. You're going to get the ball to start the second half as well. So you get that opportunity to kind of double dip as everybody looks for, and now you're back in the football game.
Eagles trying to get that 2-for-1 and get this game back within striking distance. Rolling out, throwing over the middle, and behind the receiver.
Yeah.
Trying to get that one.
Again, you roll out to the left, and you stop and try and throw it back across your body. And I'll give it to him. The receiver is wide open in the middle of the field, right? Yeah. I mean, if he throws that, he probably catches it and runs down the sideline for a touchdown because nobody was there in coverage. And it was going to be a foot race to the pylon for the receiver.
It was Devontae Sanders.
Thank you. Yeah, but again, it's one of those things. Try hard to throw it back across your body.
So now 2nd and 10. Blau, he's just going to give this one. This time it goes to Sanders, and it's complete. Sanders to the outside on the wide receiver screen. Stays up on his feet. And now he's going to make it a 3rd and very short upcoming.
Yep, in 2-down territory once again. 4 minutes left, plenty of time. Good job of getting the bubble screen. Good job by the receivers. His buddies getting out there and blocking for him, and he gets a little extra as the DB comes back and tries to hit him. He says, not in my house. I work out too. Don't worry about that. Okay, so it's 3rd and short.
That's the show he puts that time in the weight room.
Exactly.
So here come the Eagles. 3rd and 3. It's a handoff right up the gut. And that should be enough to get the first down for Zachary Norton.
Yeah, and that's where you want to be if you're Laney. 3rd and 3 is where your butter zone is. Yeah, you can run the ball, you can throw it, you can go quarterback read. All these options, and you just go power football and say, hey, we're big boy football. We're going to come running at you. And here's the first down.
First down, Eagles.
It's going to make it a first down for the Eagles. One thing, too, about this Eagles offense, it's a team that doesn't commit too many turnovers. Despite the losses and the lack of offensive production, they have played clean football. This time it's a handoff again. Fighting forward is Norton. And he's just going to get a short gain. Big time stop by that Owls defense. Still make it 2nd and about 8 upcoming. And the clock is continuing to tick down now approaching close to 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So it looks like the Eagles are going to try to make this at least the last or the second to last possession of this half, and hopefully getting a score for them.
Yeah, probably the last play before the 2-minute timeout.
The Owls, though, crowd the box inside, and a great stop again in the backfield. This Owls defense swarming on the run game, but also a player is down. It looks like the man who made the tackle.
Yeah, on this one here, you look, I think the read might have been to keep it for the quarterback. Wow,
yeah, that was Joshua Shanklin again making another big-time tackle.
And the rule we always tell quarterbacks is you're never going to go wrong giving the football. So if it's not a clear read, you give it, you move on, you fight for another play, and hopefully your running back can make a positive out of it. Instead, that one doesn't gain a yard, and we get to the 2-minute timeout.
2-minute warning, and the Owls leading 14-0 against the Laney Eagles, but the Eagles now driving at the 25-yard line.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back to this premier matchup. Again, the first game for the Owls in the Bay 6 Conference. Right now they're leading 14-0 against the Eagles, and it was really due to a fantastic first quarter, but ever since then the Owls stagnant on offense, and the Eagles with a chance to bring this within striking distance. Now here they are, though, on a 3rd and 8.
Blitz coming off the edge at the top of the screen.
It is a blitz indeed. It's a slant to replace the blitzer, and it's going to make it a 4th and extremely short again.
Yeah, absolutely. A great read there by Blau. He saw the blitz coming, and exactly as you called it. Hey, we always taught to find the blitzer and throw it where he came from, right? Run the slant. He comes up 4th and 1. Easy decision here, I think. You got to go for it.
Again, the Eagles didn't miss their last field goal attempt that they tried.
And this is where you do. You run the ball. Short yardage run team. You got to get the first down here if you're the Eagles.
Especially when you have 6 down linemen. Here they go. It's going to be a handoff right up the gut, fighting forward, and it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think he got it by about a half a yard.
Might have got it. Yeah, very close, though, for Zachary Norton.
Yep, they give him the first down right there. So good job there. Again, Laney, foot to foot. Big boy. Hey, we got big guys. We're going to push you around. And that's exactly what they do. They pick up the first down, and now you have plenty of time. 1:15. You still got 3 timeouts left.
Clock is ticking down. Again, the Eagles trying to make this the last possession of this half. They could get a 2-for-1. This time it's a dump off. Again, seeing some action is that fullback Jeremiah Caldwell. And he pushes it forward for a gain close to about 5. And here come the Eagles now. Minute, and they call a timeout. They want to stop the clock, give their team a chance to get together, figure out what they want to do as they now in the red zone for the first time in this game. And we'll be back with you guys following the timeout. Welcome back. 1 minute left in the first half, and the Owls leading 14-0 over the Laney Eagles. As the Owls setting up following the timeout.
You have to look for that H-back again to be the guy that gets the ball if they try to throw it off some kind of play action.
This time it's just going to be a handoff right up the gut. Only able to fight forward for about a gain of 3. And another timeout for the Eagles. So now facing a 3rd down and medium situation. What should the Eagles do here? Should they try to finally resort to the pass here, or should they just keep pounding the rock now with 51 seconds left?
I mean, I like going play action. You've ran the ball, you've ran that little shoot pattern to your H-back or tight end, fullback. I'd like to see you go like a wheel route, have him run the shoot, pump it, turn it up the sideline and try and get it into the end zone. I would love to see that kind of a route concept here, maybe with the slant wheel type situation. Also, I mean, you got the tight end there that everybody kind of forgets about too, so if you can sneak him across the middle of the field, love that off play action too. But I think whatever you do, you got to go off play action. If you were Laney, make them think you're going to run the football. You could run it twice and get the first down. 51 seconds, still plenty of time left, but I like tight end or H-back on a wheel if it's me.
And you have to imagine Brandon Younger might be telling the same thing, though, to look out for that play action. Again, these are 2 defensive-minded coaches leading the front for the Owls. Matt Ravio and Brandon Younger.
And then you come out in 4 wide receivers, so there goes the H-back and tight end option, so we'll see.
Let's see what they do here. 3rd and 4. Delaying for a second and now going for a run. Trying to fight forward, and Blau can't get it.
Yeah, you're going to be
He's
about
only
the
going
9.
to gain of 1 there. It's going to be at the 9 now on a 4th down, and it looks like the Eagles are going to settle for 3 here with 44 seconds left.
Yeah, and that's kind of disappointing if you're Laney. I mean, you get down here inside the 10, you want to, I guess right at the 10, you want to punch it into the end zone. If I'm the Owls, I'm looking for maybe some kind of fake, even though, you know, the Laney's probably just looking to try and get on the scoreboard. But if you're an aggressive coach and you want to go, hey, let's go fake on the field goal, and here's the time to do it.
Right on cue. It looks like the Owls kept a lot of their defenders out there. They didn't rotate so many of their players in the special teams. They might be expecting what you just mentioned, any sort of fake, as this kick is up and this kick is good. And that's going to be the first points of the game for the Eagles. Now 14-3 with 44 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, and if you're Laney, you get a chance here to reset. You've put points on the board. You've moved the ball a couple of times. You've missed a field goal, a longer one, and then you made one there. You got 44 seconds left, rather. What you've got to do is don't allow a big return to kind of get Foothill a chance to say, hey, we're going to get aggressive and try and put points on the board here at the end of the half. Go in 14-3, regroup. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and come down here and score and make it a one-possession game. Well,
again, as you mentioned, you don't want to allow the Owls to feel comfortable with giving opportunities for a shot here, especially the Owls they still have their 3 timeouts and 44 seconds in college where the clock stops every first down.
Yeah, you got
a long time.
Plenty of time.
It's a long time.
As a coach, we do a drill every day at practice that's, hey, you get the ball at the 10-yard line, you got 1 minute and 15 seconds left, 2 timeouts. So it's one of those things where you rep it all the time, you do it all the time, especially if you're a team that throws the ball, which Foothill does. 44 seconds, 2 timeouts, you can move the football at will.
It's kind of like your drill. Now they just replaced it with 15 seconds less, but they give them an extra timeout.
Right, and, I mean, if you can return the ball to the 30, 40-yard line, that helps you out too, So
here come the Eagles. Again, we haven't seen much returns from the Owls except for the beginning of the game. This time, it's going to go to one of their leading returners, Andre Jackson. He muffles it, and then he takes it out the end zone, trying to see what he can do with it. Jackson with the open room. Jackson in open space. Going forward. Breaks loose. Andre Jackson. You can kiss him goodbye. The Foothill Owls, at the end of the half, a prayer answered.
And then what do we say, huh? Special teams, don't allow a big return. There it is. Not only does he set his team up, he just says, hey, I'm going to take it to myself, and I'm going to go score. At the beginning of the game, we talked about special teams. That's the 3rd time the Owl special teams has made big plays here in the first half, and that's why the Owls are up 20-3.
Andre Jackson muffling the kickoff and takes it all the way. The first kickoff return of the year for the Foothill Owls. And that just takes away all the momentum that the Eagles possibly could have just gained from the points they just had at the end of the half.
Yeah, and you go from that, I dropped the ball, and then it bounces in the end zone. I'm in trouble. I got to take it out of the end zone. All that. Hey, wait a minute. Watch this. I'm going to take this 99 yards to the house.
Sinatra, he's been 100% on extra points on the year. It stays that way. The Owls now leading 21-3 with 26 seconds left. What a turn of events. Andre Jackson breaking loose, shot out of a cannon. And he scores a touchdown for the Owls. What do you say right now to the sidelines if you're on the Eagles side?
Yeah, I mean, you're deflated if you're the Eagles. You make your best drive on offense. You get some points on the board. And you can look at their body language as they come off the sideline there. There's guys that are just deflated. I mean, that's all you can do. Now, if you're the Eagles, you got to be like, hey, well, they just ran to the house. Why can't we? Right? I mean, if you're a special teams coach, that's your job. Is hey, let's make a game-changing play on our side of the ball. There's still 26 seconds left, but that hurt.
That hurts them a lot. It's really now asking for a lot with 26 seconds left. Only one timeout for the Eagles. It's funny, too, how you just mentioned, don't give a big return to the Owls because it favors a chance of them trying to be aggressive. They didn't even need to play after.
Didn't have to, yeah.
They just took it all the way. This time they're squib it, and it might work to perfection for the Owls. They get the squib kick that bounces over the receiver's head, and the Owls now starting their drive again, almost close to the 50-yard line. 26 seconds left, 3 timeouts. They have a chance to make something out of this.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was...
It was just a squib kick. It didn't look like it
doesn't have to go 10 yards because it got hit. Oh, but there's offsides against the Owls.
Oh, and that's going to change everything that the Owls just did.
So the Owls living off that emotional high, and then you get called for offsides. There's the flag. I didn't even see it.
Wow.
But that's a huge break for Laney.
That changes everything that could have just happened. We were talking about 21 to 3.
He was 2 yards offsides, too. And it was the guy that recovered it. Of course it was. So now if you're the Laney Eagles, you got to look and be like, okay, we know what's coming. It's going to be a squib kick. Don't get hit by it again.
I was about to say, now I think the mentality for the Eagles changes from, let's see if we can get a kick return of ourselves,
let's
to
just
get to the half.
Yeah.
You know, let's secure the ball and make sure this is the only scoring that happens in this first half. As the kick is up, and here comes the return for the Eagles now. Trying to do much of the same, finding much room of the same. Going down the left side, a lot of open space. Fighting forward, and with about 16 seconds left, and a flag down as well. That might be a holding call.
It could be a hold. It could be a face mask, too. I don't know. We'll see. But, hey, talk about special teams putting the energy back into your sideline once again.
That was Devontae Sanders.
Huge return up the sideline. I mean... Yeah, I think they're going to call hold on 17, but we'll see. Either way, Laney's got the ball with 16 seconds and a timeout. It's going to be at the 30-yard line.
I mean, they could try to see if they
Well,
can get that within field goal range. But let's see what the call is.
Face
And
mask.
it's going to be a face mask. So this is going to be tacked on.
Half the distance. So here we go. Special teams setting up the offense once again at the 15-yard line.
So crazy. You called. I mean, you said special teams would be a big factor. I didn't think to this degree. Already a kick return, a muffed punt, and now a big-time return for the Eagles as well. That could set them up for a possible field goal or maybe more with 16 seconds left and still a timeout. They have it at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Laney, you got to be aggressive. You're down by 18 points. But again, we talked about, I'm trying to get to the locker room. This is over. Now that special teams puts the energy back in your team. You got 15 yards to go before you're back in this football game again. Maybe only down by 11 at halftime.
So Blau on a 1st and 10 at the 16 seconds left. 4-man rush, but immediate pressure with that 4-man rush. Blau moving forward. Blau's going to take it up ahead as he gets chopped up, and the timeout will be called with 7.6 seconds left. And you have to think.
Yeah, now you're in kind of that, what do we do? Because if you take a sack or throw the ball in bounds and it's short of the first down, it's into the half.
And it looks like they're not going to take that risk right now. It looks
I
like
think
the
you got to
special
kick it
teams
here.
unit's coming out.
I would have liked to have taken a quick shot there if I was Laney into the end zone, try and get points. But regardless, now you're 7 seconds away. You got to take the points when you can get them. Take the field goal and say, okay, now we're down 15. That's still 2 scores. Is better than being down 21-3 at the half.
What an eventful final minute.
Not much has happened here in the last minute of the first half,
Not
right?
that I can recall.
Yeah.
It's only 10 points on the board, possibly 13 within a minute.
If you went to go get a snack now, I guess you just kind of missed.
You'd be coming back
most
to your
important
seats like,
part.
what just happened?
Yeah.
As we have a field goal attempt right now with 9 seconds left. They added 2 more to the clock. So the kick will be up and good. So the Eagles, it's now 21-6. So 13 total points within the last minute of this half. Again, a second quarter which had no scoring up to this point.
Yeah, and you still have 8.4 seconds left somehow. That kick only took a half a second. I don't know how that worked out. But if you're Laney, I might not kick the ball deep, huh? Kick it short.
You might even consider just kicking this one out of bounds.
Right.
Just let them start at the 40.
Yeah, pooch kick it something. Don't let the return team for the Owls get their hands on it again.
Yeah, they definitely want to keep it out of the hands of Andre Jackson. That's Andre Jackson's 4th touchdown of the year. He has 3 receiving and now 1 on a kick return. Again, Andre Jackson, another returner for this Owls team. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, I think the officials are fixing the clock now. They're saying, hey, that didn't take a half a second.
It looks like they're
going to put 7 seconds on the clock.
as they wait for the clock adjustment.
Got to turn the music off so they can hear the official.
6 seconds. So they're going to say it took off 2 more seconds.
That makes a little more sense to me.
Yes.
I was thinking, that's the fastest kick I've ever seen.
Some efficient special teams work right there.
Absolutely.
So here's the kickoff with 6 seconds left. Let's see what they do. And they're going to, as you called it, squib this one down. It still gets at the hands of Johnny Barbie, though. Barbie with the leg. Johnny Barbie, open space. And he will get tackled out of bounds. 0 seconds on the clock for a split second. Johnny Barbie looked like he was going to break loose. So that's going to end. Let's see. I'm just looking on the field right now, making sure.
No flags.
No flags, no nothing. That will be the end of an eventful first half, especially in that final minute. Johnny Barbie, for a split second, almost took that one all the way.
Wow. That's all I can say. Wow.
And you are not kidding. What an end to that second quarter. So the Owls will go in at halftime up 21-6. Now the Eagles do get the ball to start the third quarter. And let's see what they can do with it. The Owls right now, though, in full control of this game. We'll be back with you guys for the start of the second half.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products, and American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
The time to get in shape is finally here. The Boss Move Fitness app is here to help you accomplish your goals with a customized meal plan, day by day, with a shopping list to make sure that you're eating something nutritious and delicious to help you lose the belly fat for good. It also comes with a customized workout plan, whether you're in a gym or at home, so therefore you never ever have to question what you're doing to make sure you get in the shape that you want to be in. Get started today at GetStartedAtBossMoveFitness.com to accomplish your goals in no time.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. Act 2 of this fantastic game between the Foothill Owls and the Laney Eagles. And what a closure it was to Act 1 in that first half. If you recall, again, what happened was the Eagles finally got an offensive drive going. They were able to get it down into the red zone. They ended with a field goal on that drive. Then following that, on the ensuing kickoff, it was Andre Jackson who takes the return all the way to the house after muffling the catch. As you can see, he just splits right through the defenders, and Andre Jackson was gone. Following that, the Eagles were able to get a good return of their own following that play, and then the Eagles turned it into 3 themselves. So the score now 21-6, and the Eagles starting with the ball.
Yeah, and if I was either one of these special team units, I'd be like, no, I'm not kicking it deep. I don't care the rest of the day. I'll kick it out of bounds. I'll kick it to an up guy. I'll pooch kick it. But I'm not kicking it deep. We'll see what the Owls do here. Well, they're taking their chances.
They are. This one's going to get kicked up, and not really, though, as they're going to let that one just bounce out of bounds.
Yep, tried directional kicking at that time, trying to pin him to the sideline. If I was Laney, I might think about, hey, make him re-kick it. You have the option to.
Yes, it's not that big of a gain from the yardage they would start with.
So instead, they're going to take it at the 30-yard line. Like I said, I might make them re-kick it and just as explosive, most explosive play you've had this whole game is a kickoff return. Instead, they take it from the 35-yard line. So
starting from the 35-yard line now, the Eagles with their first drive of the half. What can Blau do?
For you.
He's going to hand this one right up the gut. And a lot of open space, and that is a good first down play for the Eagles and a strong run by Simeon Milan.
Yeah, Milan gets his first carry of the game. Where's he been, right? I mean, that's your run game struggled, hit the hole nicely, and then he's back out to the sideline. So,
again, this is what the Eagles are big on, is the run game and how effective it can be. They're still down, though, so time is not on their side. And just like that, another strong run from Blau this time as he gets a good gain on first down.
And that's what you talked about earlier. They ran that jet sweep look. You get everybody's eyes flowing to the left, and then you run quarterback power to the back. Now, the problem with that is your quarterback comes up limpy.
Yeah, it looks like Blau.
Blau took a shot there at the end, and we'll see. He's favoring one of the ankles, so we'll see if they just decide to hand it off here.
Yeah, they kind of lose the art of deception with the running game that Blau brings here on second down. But he's going to keep it again, trying to see if he can fool that Owls defense, and he takes another shot out the middle, and this time Blau is
he's down,
struggling to get up, and that's just not.
Yeah, he got folded up underneath a big defensive lineman down there, and I don't know if it was just a cumulation.
Yeah, as you can see, not in
he got hit hard, and he's not moving.
Getting bent over in a position you really don't want to. He just kind of got stuck in an awkward spot. And so now Blau is down, and we'll get back with you guys after this break.
Yeah, they're calling the cart out.
And we're back, and yes, it looks like the cart is coming out for Blau. It's not a good sign for the leading quarterback for this team. Blau, again, he's not just effective in what he's done for the pass game this year, but also in the run game. He's been a huge factor for this Eagles offense, and now
that's a good sign there. You see him moving his legs, and I saw him move his arms earlier. It was like a back injury. It looked like he was kind of twisted up, as you see here on the replay. He gets bent back right there.
Yeah, that little tackle right there at the end, kind of putting him in that really awkward spot and a lot of pressure on his back. It's a good sign he's able to get up on his own strength. And he'll choose to not take the cart, which is also a very good sign. Again, though, just what a twist up that was. And, now warming up is the other quarterbacks you have to see. There's also Mason Lovett for this team. Which quarterback they're going to choose to go with here.
I was trying to get a look across the field, but again, these uniform numbers are hard to see. I think Mason Lovett.
It looks like it's going to be Drayen Paul who's coming in for Laney.
Those two were playing catch, so I wasn't sure which one was going to actually be the guy. And it is Paul out of McClymonds High School there in Oakland.
So what can Paul do now at the helm here on a 3rd and 5? And this time he'll just hand it off, and the run will go for a first down as the Eagles continue to move it forward. And that's another strong game from Milan. Again, as you mentioned, where's Milan been this whole game right now? 2 big runs now for him.
Kind of curious. I mean, maybe there was something issue that you're going to sit out the first half. We don't know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like he's the guy that's got a little juice right now if you're the Eagles, and so keep feeding him the ball, especially with the backup quarterback in.
Yeah, what an interesting choice. Zachary Norton is the starting running back for this team, and he started all of the first half. Now for the first time, Milan's getting some carries, and a throw outside from Paul. Gets another strong first down gain for the Eagles. That time he got it out to Samaji Featherstone, the freshman wide receiver for this Eagles team. This time it's a handoff. And this time the ball is muffed down on the ground, still rolling around, and it's going to be picked up by the Owls. A lot of pinball action, and it ends up in the hands of a defensive back. Jeremiah Zamora, the strong safety for this team, comes up with the ball.
Yeah, and that ball, it was loose, bounced around. 3 or 4 people had a chance to get it. Zamora comes away with it. Huge play for the Owls, just as the Eagles kind of getting something going, momentum, and then that's the problem with that read option look is that sometimes the quarterback tries to hang on to it the last second, and that time that's exactly what it looked like happened. He tries to pull it out. It creates a fumble, and Zamora comes away with it for the Owls defense, and the defense dancing on the sideline, having a good time as they do every time they create a turnover.
Again, always keeping the energy high there for Foothill. Now the Owls are going to return with a run of their own, and it's going to be a solid game for Jordan Fuentes to start that drive. And what a stall out it is for the Eagles. Again, they were actually having a very good drive to start off the half, moving the ball very well offensively, and that just puts a halt to all the momentum. And that's kind of been the story of this game.
It is, unfortunately. I mean, if you're an Eagles fan, you've been kind of watching the same thing happen each time you get something positive, something positive, something positive, and then boom. There goes the negative play, and it costs you either points or, in this situation, possession.
It's going to be another handoff again to Fuentes. Fuentes is short of the line, so it's going to be a loss of 1 on that play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. So what can Kenny Coleman draw up on this play?
Good job there by the Eagles defense making the play in the backfield on that power. That's a play we saw run pretty well by the Owls in the first half.
Coming out is Jaden Macedo on a 3rd and 4. Macedo rolls out, has time, throws it to the outside, and it is broken up. A great defensive play on the outside. That was one of the DBs, Demarius Hammonds, who was able to make the stop on the pass breakup, got there just in time.
Yep, and a good job of getting off the field in 3rd down. You had to do it. Sudden change. Your offense turns the ball over. Defense says, hey, we got you. We'll play complimentary football. We'll get a stop, get you guys the ball back. Now, special teams, once again, we've talked about the beginning of the game, and it's been a huge issue here in the game. Don't make a mistake on special teams if you're Laney.
Also for the Owls, you don't want a big-time return to happen as well. This punt is going to be up in the air and hangs for a good amount of time. And another muffle on the punt, but recovering it as well. Choosing not to fair catch it when the gunner was so close. An interesting decision by Jeremiah Ruffin.
Yeah, Chris Tuiasosopo laying the boom on the return guy. Good job there on special teams for Tuiasosopo. You see him flying in right here, times it perfectly. And I think he actually separates it from the ball. I don't think it was a muff. I think he caught it and he got separated by Tuiasosopo. Nonetheless, Laney avoids the tragedy and takes over at the 20-yard line.
That would have been disastrous for the Eagles. It would have put the Owls right in the red zone. Instead, now the Eagles get to start their drive from the 20. And here they go with a rollout already. And just gets it to the outside, and the receiver out of bounds. So the catch will not go through for Jeremiah Ruffin. As Dre and Paul, he threw that one just a little bit late here on the rollout.
Yeah, he just couldn't get his feet in bounds. Only need 1 in college. Still couldn't get it.
So here come the Eagles. 2nd and 10. And Paul's going to drop back again. He's going to throw this one again. A slant over the middle is caught for the Eagles. J.P. Zamora with his first catch of the day. There's also a flag down. And based on the location in the backfield, high probability this is on the Eagles. As it's going to be a holding call on the Eagles. It's going to replay second down, but also make it second and long instead of third and short. What a game so far for the Foothill Owls and this young squad. One thing that has to be given a lot of credit to is the play from the coordinators on both sides, offense and defense, for this Owls team. As Blau is out. This is Paul now. Paul moving forward. Paul gets ahead of the line of scrimmage, but only for a gain of 1. Big time tackle made on the defensive side. That was number 92, Aaron Meltz, with the tackle. Now again, as I was mentioning, the big play from the coordinators in this Owls team. When I talked to Coach Ravio before the game, he mentioned the biggest thing he learned about being a head coach coming from a D coordinator spot is to hire the right guys and then trust them to do their job. That's the biggest thing he's emphasized as a head coach, is making sure that he lets his coordinators call the shots at their respective positions. This time, run up by Paul. Paul is going to be tackled. It's going to make it 4th and 9 for the Eagles, and that should put an end to their drive, unless the coach is feeling really aggressive here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Paul, just looking nothing downfield, decides to take it, trying to make something positive out it. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage before the loss of yards. Brings up 4th and 9.
So here they come, setting up for the punt. Back to return is Johnny Barbie. Dangerous return man for the Owls. And has shown his capability with the speed. Barbie, he's going to be able to cleanly gather this one and put a couple moves on Barbie now. Fighting forward, staying on his feet, and he'll get it to the 40. And that's where the Owls will start their next drive.
Yeah, so good job there.
As we will go over to commercial break real quick and come back with you guys for the start of the Owl Drive.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill.
And welcome back to the start of the Owl Drive. 1st and 10 starting from the 40. And here's a handoff. It goes to Underwood, and Underwood fighting forward for a gain of 5. And that's how the Owls Drive starts.
Yeah, and that's a good job of getting positive yards on first down. You see the Underwood just gets behind his offensive line, pushes forward. And now Underwood replaced in the backfield by the speed back.
And here comes Jordan Fuentes now. Again, as we mentioned before, the plethora of running backs for this Owls team. They have a bit of a lightning and thunder duo right now in that backfield. Let's see what they do on 2nd and 5. They're going to give it to Fuentes. Fuentes slashing through the gaps and the defense, and Fuentes moving the ball forward. And they still keep moving. Fuentes to the 40. And a big first down gain for the Owls now in Eagle territory.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, nice little power look inside. Fuentes, initial contact, 3 yards short of where he ends up being spotted. Good leg drive. Good job by the offensive lineman, too, getting down there. Push the pile forward, rugby scrum up, and get a couple more yards as we go to 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
And now Jaden Macedo on a 1st and 10 at the 40. 4-man rush. Tosses this one out to Johnny Barbie, and Barbie losing his balance. He slips immediately.
Oh, that looked worse than what I thought. Maybe he hurt something. He went down kind of awkward. Luckily, he just slipped down, as we see on the replay here. Just boom, looked like he rolled an ankle almost, and he went back down. Luckily, he was able to get up,
just losing his footing. As the refs wave off the clock movement for a split second.
Yeah,
and adjust the ball to the other side, yes.
Yeah, they accidentally spot it in the middle of the field instead of the left hash, so they're getting that fixed.
So now with 7:30 left, what can the Owls do? Up 21-6, and a touchdown on this drive could really start to put the pressure on the Eagles. Here's Fuentes. He's going to give this one off to Fowler, and Fowler gets nowhere, just a gain of 1.
Yeah, good job there by the defensive lineman for Laney. Number 96, I believe it is, comes in and makes the play. You can see him get off his block right there, doing a good job of making the play on defense.
So Macedo on a 3rd and 10. Owls haven't been too successful on 3rd downs despite leading in this game. They want to change that here on a 3rd and long. Blitz off of the right side. Macedo throws to that outside, and it is right through the hands of Boscovich.
Yep, and again, delay blitz. Laney's done that 3 or 4 times. Haven't really got home with it at all. But what it does do is it kind of speeds the quarterback up, and he had an open receiver and overthrew him. So it accomplishes the goal. You're not getting a hit on the quarterback, but the quarterback sees the pressure coming, tries to rush things, throws it high, and it ends up being a positive for the Laney defense.
Now this is going to set up Jordan Rucker to punt this one away with 6:19 left in the 3rd quarter. So this quarter going by a little bit quicker than the previous one so far. A lot of running and no scoring. As Rucker sends that one up. Has a favorable bounce. Can they save it at the last second?
No.
They cannot. The ball stopped there right at the 1, and the Owls just unable to set that one down. Almost an incredible punt from Rucker right there.
Yeah, it had like a half a rotation too much right there. It touches the white line, and it's a touchback. So it's a 20-yard difference in field position for Laney.
Yeah, we saw last time that Laney had to work from inside their own 5. That drive ended in 3 and out. Now can they get something more positive here, starting from the 20? With Dre and Paul. 6:05 left in the 3rd quarter. And this time it's going to be a hand up the gut, and immediately stuffed is Milan. Great defensive presence from the Owls. And Latu was there to make the first tackle and bring him down. So with no gain on the play, makes it 2nd and 10, with the Owls still holding the lead with 5:30 left. Blau. Quick throw and tipped up in the air and batted down. What a job now from the Owls defense on these past 2 plays. Just play right there off of the DN side. And it makes a big time stop. Now bringing up 3rd and 10. .524 left in the 3rd quarter. Paul dropping back, 4-man rush. Sends this one deep and no one in sight. Looks like it might have been a miscommunication there. And that was intended for Zamora, but it's going to end the drive, making it a 3 and out. So 4th and 10, the Eagles looking to punt this one away. Now, if you do remember a couple punts ago, the Owls almost got to it. They tipped it just right there, made the punt shank off to the right side. They're probably aiming to try to fully block this one if they can. Also, Johnny Barbie is back to return.
Yeah, you got to watch him. He can take it to the house anytime he touches the ball.
Let's see what he does here. He has room with the ball. Barbie, break it to the right side. Johnny Barbie now try to turn it the other way. Johnny Barbie has some room. but runs into a couple of his own guys, and he'll just get it forward to about the 47-yard line. For a split second, when he turned that corner, it looked like Barbie had room.
Yeah, it absolutely did. Right here, you look like he's getting some blockers, and he runs into his own guy. I think if he takes it out the right sideline, he may have been more successful. Instead, still great field position for the Owls inside Laney territory at the 47-yard line.
So Macedo coming out for another Owl drive. They haven't scored an offensive touchdown since the first quarter. As the first half handoff is to Underwood, the thunder of this Owl offense, and he runs that one forward for a strong gain on first down. And now subbing in as well is Brody Simison at receiver. Simison, with the 2 offensive touchdowns that the Owls do have in this game, made 2 incredible catches. So now 2nd and 5. 4:30 left. It's a handoff up the gut, and for a strong gain, Underwood breaking tackles, and he'll move it forward to the 30-yard line, about the 31.
Yeah, and if the Eagles, you got to stop that run game. The Owls just pounding you right now with it. Multi-backs. You got 3 backs that get carries, and you're just giving up way too many yards on the ground. 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Owls would be real happy to just run this down and score at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they play this out now. Clock continues to chip away. Under 3:50 left in the game. Macedo tosses his one to the outside, and the receiver is immediately stuffed, and there's a flag down on the play as well. As the refs are right now trying to figure out what has officially happened here. It's going to say a holding on the offense, and this is going to set the Owls back 10 yards. Now bringing it to 1st and 10 for the Owls offense. Again, a lot of negative plays right now have been the real thing hurting this team.
Yeah, and it's on that first down possession, right? You do it again. So now it's 1st and 21. Earlier in the first quarter, it was 1st and 15 almost every drive. So it's one of those things where you really got to, check now, it's going to be 1st and 20. They just moved it up 1.
I was about to say, I don't think my math was incorrect there. Here we go. It's a handoff up the gut, and they're only going to get a gain of about 2 yards on that first run. It's going to be Jordan Fuentes with that carry. But the clock, again, still ticking down.
Yeah, and if you're Foothill, you're okay with that, right? Yeah, your clock's running. I mean, obviously you don't want to be in, 2nd and 20, 2nd and 19. But at the same time, you're more happy that it's your situation where you have the ball and you're up by 15 with the clock rolling than you are the other way around.
Of course. So now 21-6. 2:30 vastly approaching, and the Owls facing a 4-man rush. Macedo firing over the middle, and it is caught by Simison. Brody Simison have a day, a big-time first down catch, and the Owls move the chain now into the red zone.
Absolutely, and we saw him have a huge first quarter, and then he kind of disappeared for a little bit because the offensive situations for the Owls just wasn't doing much, having the special teams plays and everything else in that second quarter. But here he comes in crunch time, third quarter, late in the third quarter, getting things going again for the Owls.
2 minutes running down, and here comes Fuentes with the ball, and Jordan Fuentes only gets a gain of about 1.
And again, you're okay with that. Hey, it's positive yards, clock's running, you have the ball, under 2 minutes left in the third quarter. You'll take that if you're the Owls all day long, just keep being methodical. yes, you want to score, you want to punch it in, but you don't want to do it too quick. Let's just hold off on this if we can, even if it's in the beginning of the fourth quarter. We'll take that, right?
I was about to say, I think the Owls might be complacent letting this clock run all the way down there, letting this play clock drain to its wit's end. Macedo has a blitz. He's going to hand this one up the gut and moving forward for a strong gain. Continuing to churn those feet. It's going to make it 3rd and short.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this is what you want. This is where the Eagles are in deep, deep trouble. The Owls doing exactly what they want. Moving the ball on the ground. Bringing up a 3rd and 3, and we'll call it 4.
Yeah, it was a strong carry by Kevin Fowler. And now subbing in as well is Jaden Underwood for the Owls.
Yeah, and if it's me, I'm giving the ball to Underwood, right? He's been the guy. He's been the power back. Let him go get you the first down.
Let's see, in 3rd and 3. Clock running down, now under 40. They run the play clock all the way down, and a flag is thrown as well.
Yeah, and I think we got a false start on an offensive lineman down there. We'll see.
This will change the play call for the Owls and also stop the clock on the other side. Now 32 seconds left.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a false start off of there actually on the receiver. So makes it 3rd and 8.
So now stepping in is Johnny Barbie. He's coming in. Looks like the Owls going for a more heavy receiver setup here. Clock continuing to run down now as it got started up. Now they will have to get a play off as the play clock is a little bit shorter than the game clock.
Yeah, they're going to have to hurry, too. They may have to waste a timeout or take a delay a game.
With 2
and they
seconds.
are. They're going to take a timeout.
They will take a timeout. So now 5.4 seconds left in the 3rd quarter as we await to see what the Owls will do next.
So 5 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. I mean, if you're the Eagles, you got to get a stop here. This is 3rd down. Even if you hold them to a field goal, it's an 18-point game. That's still a 3-score game. Right now, you're looking at a 2-score game at 15 points. Obviously, you got to get a 2-point conversion in there. But 3-score game if you get the field goal. Actually, they're going to reset the clock to 7 seconds, so we'll get that fixed for you.
Bit of an update for anyone else who's interested in the college world around. The big-time matchup between the Georgia Bulldogs and the Texas Longhorns. 30-15 in favor of Georgia as they are in Austin right now handling business.
I guess Texas isn't back.
I guess they might not be back right now. Again, Texas undefeated going into that game and #1 in the nation. We're facing a Georgia team that's only lost once, and it was to Alabama. Now going back to this game. Here come the Owls on 3rd and long. Throwing this one up. Johnny Barbie is there, and he can't make the catch. That one was a moonshot all the way up, and 1.8 seconds left on the clock. And you have to imagine this next play, whether it be a field goal attempt or 4th down attempt, will bring it to the 4th quarter.
Now the thing you got to watch here is earlier there was a bad snap on the PAT, right? Mm-hmm. And that cost them, almost cost them a chance to kick it. They still got it up and in. So be careful here. Watch the snap. If you're an Owls fan, if you're an Eagles fan, you're looking to block this any way you can.
Yep. And here it is, 21-6 the score. With 1.8 seconds left, the kick is up, and it is good. And you'll have to imagine that's going to run out the entire clock of the 3rd quarter. It will, and that's going to have the Owls with the lead, 24-6 now, moving into the final period. We'll be back with you guys for the start of the 4th.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And And welcome back. 15 minutes left to declare a winner in this game, and right now it looks like it's in favor of the Owls as they are up 24-6. Now they'll be kicking the ball off to the Eagles to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, this has been the Eagles' best play of the game so far. Their best offensive play has been kick return, so we'll see if they can make a big play here on special teams to kind of spark the energy back into their offense. They've had some pros, they've had some cons. They've fumbled a couple times on the kickoff return. They've had a couple good returns.
As this kick is going to be up and to the end zone. No return will happen here. So the Eagles will choose to take it off of the touchback. And this is it for the Eagles. This is where you kind of need to get into miracle mode.
No, absolutely.
Right now.
This is do or die now, and you got your backup quarterback in who's from McClymonds High School. I trust trying to do some research on him. Only stats they have on him online is from his junior year during the COVID year where they went 6-0. He did throw for almost 1,400 yards, though, in only 5 games action. So, I mean, he's had 23 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. So he is used to throwing the ball around. I don't know if he was there the next year when they went to the state championship game and won. Again, he's not on the roster there. That roster isn't even online. So I'd assume he was the quarterback, but you never know.
Well, again, with Paul being a sophomore, you just have to wonder about the time. That time it's a good throw, though, for first down. And here come the Eagles. Again, the thing is, too, about this Eagles team is it's just not a team that concepts. They don't have too many play concepts for passes. It's really
and that's the problem, right? You're down by 3 scores. You got to get going. And that's one of those things where maybe this is better for Paul. Hey, come in and fling the ball around. You've done that in your high school career.
He might just fit right in with this style of offense that they're going to now be going for. Instead, this time they're going to just hand it off right up the middle and another strong run. Now a lot of run action we've seen from Milan, even after his fumble. We have yet to really see Zachary Norton, and you have to wonder if something else has happened with that. And we also have a player down for the Owls.
Yeah, and on the replay here, you can see good job of just getting in the hole, spinning away one tackler to beat. Number 26 comes up from the safety position and makes the tackle. Got a cramp going on down here, so.
Yeah, it looks like Kenyon Hawkins is down, and we'll be back with you guys once we resume play. Okay, he's up. And welcome back. Able to get off his own strength, kind of limping off a little bit though, is Kenyon Hawkins. One of the starting defensive tackles for this Owls team. 5 tackles and half a tackle for a loss. But now, approaching 14 minutes remaining in the game, the Eagles need to produce something here. And it's going to be another handoff. And it's going to go nowhere. So this is just going to drain clock off as Milan try to find some room. But the Owls defense swarming to the ball, now making it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and you got to get positive yards. You got to get chunk plays here if you're the Eagles, rather. And if you're the Owls, you're trying to prevent that. 2nd and 10. I mean, a 1-yard run isn't going to help you much in the grand scheme of things if you're Laney.
And here comes Paul again on a 2nd and 10. Again, they need to start getting some throws off. Time not on their side. This time he gets the throw off, and it is cut by Sanders. That's going to make for a strong gain, now making it 3rd and 5. And here come the Eagles now quick on the ball. No huddle as they start to set up. But can the Owls defense get a big-time stop here and put this game on ice early possibly, if they set themselves up in good field position?
Okay, if you're Laney, this is 2-down territory because it's game time. Got to make a play.
Paul, quick throw. He gets it too. Sanders fits it in the seam. It was a tight throw.
Absolutely. And you see here on the replay, just throwing to the slot receiver. He just runs a quick out, settles down between the 2 defenders, makes the catch, gets the first down. Picks up 7. First down for Laney.
And a quick setup back on the ball. Looks like subbing into was Caldwell, the fullback, Jeremiah. He's a big factor in that fullback spot. Paul's going to drop back. Free rusher. Paul sending this one deep. Flag is thrown as well. 3 flags down on the field.
Yeah, that was a clear pass interference. You'll get to see the replay here. Free rusher, like you said. Good job by Dean just throwing it out there. Or Paul, rather. And you had a receiver just running wide open. Pass interference on the defense. Picks up the first down.
It's going to be an automatic first down after the Owls penalty.
And that's what you teach your DB. Sometimes if you're beat, just grab them, hold on to them. It's 15 yards. We talked about it early in the first half. You'll take that as opposed to giving up that big chunk quick touchdown.
Exactly. Now they have to drain more clock off with 12:22 left in the game. Here come the Eagles. It's another handoff to Milan. Milan fighting and only gets a yard.
Yeah, and that's one of those things you don't really need, right? It's a 1 yard gain. It doesn't really do anything. I mean, yes, you're saying, okay, you could break a big one, but almost in pass mode every time here if you're Laney.
Yeah, again, not really what you want to do if you're the Eagles. This drive has already taken up 3 minutes and now approaching 4. A lot of drives that you need now have to be quick. Here's Paul. Play action. Throw over the middle. Picked off! Lot of room to work with. There's also a flag down. Taking it back the other way. Has blockers now. And going all the way to the 36-yard line off of the return. But again, we have to wait and see what the flag is. But for the moment, Jeremiah Zamora has a big-time interception in return.
I don't think that's going to count. I think we're going to have pass interference on Foothill. You saw there at the beginning of the replay. Take a look again. Right there. Got a receiver grabbed, pulled, spun around, and Zamora made the big play, but there it is.
And right on cue, there is the pass interference call. Keeps the drive alive for the Eagles. And it takes away possibly the second turnover that could have been for Zamora.
Yeah.
Again, Jeremiah Zamora already had the fumble recovery earlier in this game.
Zamora says, I don't care. It's going on my highlight film. Doesn't matter if it was wiped out by a penalty.
In the end, too, yeah. That's the biggest thing these athletes want to do is, move on to a 4-year school and see what they can do at a bigger level. Talking to Coach Ravio as well, what his big emphasis was as a coach here. What do you want to leave with the players when they leave the school? And he said, well, we do want to get them to 4-year schools, and we want them to, continue to expand as players. So the biggest thing he wanted to do was raise good men and great people here at Foothill, and it was the culture that he emphasized the most, as that run is going to go just for a short gain from Milan.
Yeah, pick up about 3.
Culture is a big thing for the Owls ever since that 2019 year where they went undefeated in the regular season. That was really the turning point for this program. They have been dominant ever since and have now moved on to a bigger conference in the Base 6.
Speaking of that, I saw some coaches at halftime from San Mateo here checking out the game. So, everybody's out here trying to just kind of, let's take a look at this whole new setup we got here at Foothill, and not too far of a drive.
Trying to see what they're bringing to the table in the junior college scene here in California, as that run is just going to go for a very minimal gain of possibly just a couple inches. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. So 2 runs again. Now you've drained off a little bit more clock. Now you're under 10 minutes and 30 seconds left for the Eagles. And you're really looking for a touchdown here. You can't settle for another field goal.
No, you have to score a touchdown. It's a 3-touchdown game.
So now approaching 10 minutes left in the game. Paul dropping back, looking to throw. He rolls out to the left. He throws to the end zone, and it is caught. Breaking tackles and running into the end zone. That is a touchdown for Devontae Sanders.
Yeah, that was a great job there by Paul. Buy some time. Hey, it looks, nope, not there. I'm going to look to flush reset, make a crossbody throw, touchdown, Eagles, keeps the game alive.
Good throw by Paul there, and yep, this is exactly what the Eagles needed to keep their hopes alive, as they'll just go for the 1 point. In the end, if they decide to go for 2 here, they could make
it a 10,
10-point game.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're going to have to get a 2-point conversion regardless if you're going to do it that way and try and score. So you might as well kick it now, make it 11, and you can make the 2-point conversion later on.
If they choose to do so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it leaves that possibility open. In the end, right now, the Eagles, all they need is 10 points. For the Owls right now, though, the clock is on your side. The clock has been drained a lot now to 9:56 left. And not only that, they have a whole offensive possession that they could possibly take off a lot more time with.
Yeah, and if you're the Eagles right now, you start on the sideline thinking, hey, we still need 2 possessions. It's 24 to, I got 13. It says 12 up there. Did he miss the extra point? I thought he made it.
I believe it went in.
Maybe the scoreboard just a little slow to things. But I'd have my hands team out there because you got to think, the Eagles might be onside kicking it here, even though, yes, there's 10 minutes left, and that's a lot of time.
The scoreboard does.
There you go. The scoreboard just caught up. It's all right. But I'd maybe pooch kick this, onside kick it, something kind of pop-up kick, something to keep it out of the return man's hands, A, and B, give yourself a chance to go get the football.
Well, something like how the Owls did their kickoff.
Absolutely. Line drive at somebody.
Yeah, right at the head. If you ever watched the movie Waterboy, that's kind of how the kicker did it there, too, in that movie.
Absolutely.
In the, what was it, the Bourbon Bowl?
Yep.
As we call it.
The Bayou Bowl. Yeah, I think it was the Bourbon Bowl. You're right.
The Bourbon Bowl. I think my memory for that movie serves correct right now. As this kick is just going to be up in the air and the opposite of what you wanted. This is going to leave some room for Andre Jackson to return this one. There's a flag down as well, and Jackson will take it to the 26.
Well,
so boring on what the flag could be. That was all the way down at the 36.
Yeah,
See if it's going to move the Owls up or back.
Good special teams coverage, though, by Laney, and we'll see here on the penalty. It's a big call.
But waiting for it. And it's going to be a personal foul call. And this is going to be on the Owls, so it's going to move them back from their nice field position and set them up deep in their own territory. Now, this is a scary thing, too, for the Owls. You don't want to be pinned back this far either, and you leave room for any big-time mistake. You want to play clean football, no turnovers. You know, the Owls have been very fortunate in this game. A lot of fumbles have fell their way.
Everything's gone their way.
Tip passes have fallen right into their hands. You know, so right now you got to hope that luck doesn't turn to the other side.
Right, if you're Laney, you're saying one time one of these breaks is going to go our way and just help us get back in this football game.
It would shift the entire momentum of this game. But right now, again, that's one thing that the Owls emphasize is situational football going into this game. And you have to imagine Coach Rav has practiced these moments a lot with this team on ball security and being ready for moments like this. So 9:56 left. Owls leading by 11. This drive right here looking to take off a lot of clock and possibly put this game away.
Yeah, you're in 4-minute mode if you're the Owls here, even though there's 9 minutes left.
Macedo, he's going to hand it off on the first play. And fighting ahead for a gain of 2 is Jordan Fuentes.
And if you're the Laney Eagles, you're ripping up the football. You're doing anything you can, trying to create a turnover. Your first guy is going to hold them up. The second, third, fourth guy in are going to try and put their helmet and arms and try and rip that football loose.
9:20 left. Macedo handing this one off again. It's Fuentes again, and Fuentes gets nothing. Runs are starting to stall out now for the Owls. They are chipping away time off of this clock, but right now not getting the yardage they'd like. A first down would be very big. Even just one first down could make a difference on that clock that would really turn this game in their favor. Well, already in their favor, really start to put it on ice, as I should put it.
Yeah, and you can hear the Laney coaches right next to us. They make that stop, and they start getting excited, clapping over there. So I mean, this is what you're trying to do. You're defensively, you got to get a stop. It doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you get them to punt the football back to you and give it back to your offense. It's a win for Laney.
Macedo, he's going to drop back here. Screen pass is up in the air and past a couple defenders, actually. But it's going to fall incomplete, so now the clock has stopped at 8:33. And in 4th and 5 in their own territory, it looks like the Owls are going to have to punt this one away.
And you see here on the replay, there's a couple of guys that are right there in the area for Laney. Had a chance that they even, if they saw it, they maybe even pick that off. But again, mission accomplished if you're Laney. 8:33 left to go. Still down by 2 scores, but you're getting the football back. Assuming you don't give yourself any undue mistakes here on special teams.
Well, again, they've muffled now 2 punts in this game, one not going in their favor. This one is blocked! The punt is blocked. It can't be returned. Here come the Eagles in great field position. Still on his feet, fighting forward. It just won't go down. He'll try to keep fighting. But they're going to say forward progress gets them all the way to the 21. So there's the break that the Eagles needed. Watch out, 8:28 left on the clock.
And here we go. You see it coming off the edge, right at the bottom of your screen. Just come flying in and getting it, and then it bounces right into the Eagles' hands at the 25-yard line-ish, and he runs it back to about the 25, so didn't get much on the return, but...
So they're not going to say the forward progress got him to the 20 where he was. He kept running backwards on his own momentum. It brings him back to the 25, but the Eagles are very happy with the field position they have just been given. Off of that special teams. Again, special teams a factor for both sides in this game. Now punt blocked for the Eagles in this game. And here they go again with Paul at the helm. Paul, as you mentioned, a successful passer for this Eagles teams when he's been at the helm. And right now they need to look to that passing game in this game. And you can tell the coaches are riled up and excited for this opportunity that the Eagles have been given. Here's a play action, wide receiver screen, and it is caught and for no gain. Now here's the other side though. We talk about this Owls defense and how strong it is. Can they hold in this pressure situation and possibly either force a field goal or a turnover on downs?
Yeah, and if you're Laney, I mean, you're down 12, you're looking at 2 touchdowns, or 11. You're ideally looking at the touchdown first, right? But if you can't kick the field goal, it makes it an 8-point game. So you've got to kind of take what you can get if you're Laney.
This one's going to be a handoff up the middle and a strong gain of 5 from Milan. So here comes a 3rd and 5 situation. Now, like you said, they're definitely in strong field goal position right now. But do they want to go for that touchdown first? And
you think you want to get that score right after that block punt. You want to put the touchdown on the board and really put the pressure on the Owls if you're Laney. Yeah, so, I mean, it could be 2 down territory. Depends on the situation.
The Owls, in 3 straight games going into this one, have had tight finishes. Here they go again. Caught over the middle and in stride down inside the 5.
Yeah,
hitting the receiver in stride. That's Luke Beatty. And here come the Eagles now, quick to get back on the ball with it inside the 2.
Yeah, and then they take their time, so it gives a chance to show the replay here. Just a slant by the inside receiver. He wins inside, good ball placement, and gets him down to the 1-yard line where it's 1st and goal.
Here it is. Handoff. Milan up the gut. In for the touchdown. And here come the Eagles. Don't count this team out just yet. They got what they needed. They got the touchdown. And now they're setting up for what looks like a 2-point conversion attempt to make this a 3-point game. What a turn of events. We talked about what a miracle they needed. We're down 24-6 at this moment. They could be down just 3 in a matter of minutes. Especially taking out some time.
Special teams setting up the score once again. And now it's a 2-point game. This is why you didn't go for it last time. You set yourself up for the next score. You go for it there. Because if you don't get it here, you know, okay, now I've got to get another touchdown. If not, if you do get it, you can set yourself up for a field goal opportunity to tie the game.
So this is it to make it a 3-point game. They're going to hand it off, trusting Milan, and a great stop from the Owls defense. They make this a 4-point, or my apologies, they're making this a 5-point game. So now the Eagles need a touchdown to take the lead, but it gives some security now for the Owls.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back. What a turnaround in this fourth quarter. You know, in a matter of minutes, this has turned into a 5-point game. The Eagles were down 24-6 at the start of the fourth quarter and have since rallied back. We're down just 5. What can the defense get another stop again? This is an Owls offense that hasn't got an offensive touchdown since the first quarter. They have been stagnant ever since. It's always been close finishes for the Owls. If they're going to let this one bounce into the end zone. Bit of a reminder for the Owls' previous matchups. They won a game in overtime against Reedley, 26-23. They then make a comeback against Sierra in a close finish, and they win that one 40-29 after a pick six and end of regulation time. Then they lose a close finish 21-17 to Sacramento City. And here they are again in a one-possession game. Tough situation for these young freshmen of this Owls team.
Yeah, but that's why you come here, right? You want these big-time games. You're in the night game. Everybody's watching you. You know that. There's only so many games going on right now, and you get to be the center of attention on YouTube. I mean, this is what you come for. This is your situation.
And Macedo, with the pressure on, throws that one high, and that's going to go out of bounds. That was scary for a split second. There was an Eagle there in range to get that ball if that just stayed in bounds a couple more yards.
And this is what's crazy about JC football. So high school football, you get down 21-3, it's pretty much over, right? Look, you kind of know where this is going. But JC football, it's just the games are a little longer, and momentum swings back and forth so much in these games that you never know. And you could be getting beat until the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden, boom, you score a couple times. Now the game's close, and here it is, 7 minutes left. You have a one-possession game.
7:02. Owls want to put a drive together. 4-man rush. He's going to throw this one, and it is caught, but it's going to be a short gain for Blake Chase. Probably just a gain of about 1 or 2. And now that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8, and this is not what the Owls wanted at all either. The last thing you'd want to do in this situation is go for another 3 and out.
Yeah, you got to get a first down here if you're the Owls. You got to give your defense a chance to catch their breath. And what you really don't want to do is try and punt again because you just had it blocked last time. You know that's in the mind of the kicker, so got to get a first down here if you're Foothill.
Here comes Macedo. 3rd down. 5-man rush. He fires this one deep down the sideline. Barbie is there in range, and they're going to have no call on the field. I think the initial ruling might be the fact that the ball was not catchable on the play because there was a trip up on Johnny Barbie. There's no denying that part. But the ball again was way out to the sideline, so not making it catchable denies any chance of a flag being thrown.
And we'd have a Laney player down here on the sideline or in the middle of the field. Not sure who it is. Oh, it's actually an official that's down. Excuse me.
So the ref went down. We're trying to see maybe if what could be happening, but until then, we'll get back with you guys.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And we are back. So we were able to use our deduction skills and pull back the replay and see what happened. The ref got hit by a Laney player, got knocked down and a bit shaken up. Either way, though, no flag on the play, and it makes it 4th and 8. So the Owls are going to punt this one away, and 6:14 left. Laney, all they need is a touchdown to take the lead. Something you didn't think we would say at the start of the 4th quarter when it was 24-6. Now a great punt by Rucker. Again, he has a great average of distance of 40 yards. There's also a flag down.
Yeah, that's going to be a penalty on Laney there as he just laying on the Foothill player. So that's going to cost Laney some yards.
And that's not
a
what
good,
you can afford.
Yeah, not a good way to get yourself in the positive from your coaching staff by doing something like that on special teams. When all the momentum is in your favor, and then you go ahead and just say, here, we're going to give you some free yards.
Yeah. I mean, what a turnaround it is. You know, you have Laney who could be starting right now at their own 35. And instead, personal foul against the Eagles is going to move them back. So here's the thing, too. The Owls defense has done a fantastic job stopping the Eagles early in this game, but ever since a new quarterback has come in at the helm, what a change it has been for the offense in general, as Paul now has kind of opened up that passing game for the Eagles. So what can the Owls do to adjust? Again, one of the biggest factors of this defense is really that D-line and the pressure they are able to apply. It's kind of been stagnant in this 4th quarter. Can they bring it back here with 6 minutes left and a 5-point lead? As we have a first down upcoming. It's a play action. Pressure in his face, and he gets the throw off. And a strong tackle immediate from that defense. Falema making a great tackle.
Yeah, that's that same look we saw a couple times in the first half where they run that fake and then try and slide that H-back out of the flat. That time not as successful as previous times, but he still picks up a few. Give him 3 on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 7.
So it's a positive play for the Eagles. Sometimes it's just all you need to start a drive. Now under 6 minutes left in the game. This time it's a handoff. Milan fighting forward, pushing ahead, and it looks like he got to the sticks. As there's some late pushing and shoving as well.
Yeah, if you're Laney, you don't want any part of that. You can't
that
go
almost
from
hurt
3rd
that
and
first.
1 to a 3rd and 16.
So the run is going to make it 3rd and 1. What a second half it's been for Milan as well. Despite having the fumble, he has been very strong in this second half running the football, and he's taken over for Zachary Norton, who we still have no word on what actually happened with Norton.
Actually, they give him a first down.
And they're going to give it a first down instead. So now 1st and 10. It's now going to get under 5 minutes on this drive. So this is looking like it's going to be the drive for the Eagles. It's another handoff. Milan, he is stuffed. Held to a gain of 1. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Now approaching 4:30 on the clock when they probably get this next snap off. Again, Laney has not used any timeouts in this half. They have 3 timeouts. If it ever gets to that point on this drive where the clock continues to run down like it does.
Yeah, and you say this is, kind of that drive, but yet in the end of the first half, we had 14 points scored in the last minute, so you never know at this point, right?
At this point, the way this game has gone, you can't know what to expect. Using the time he has, Paul moving up ahead, and he'll slide forward. He also got hit in the head there. No flag down. Paul gets up on his own strength. Actually getting up a little. Ruffles the man who actually did the hit. He's also able to get up on his own strength. Luckily, Ipoki, the leading linebacker for this Owls defense. But he's also going to be checking out. So that's the leading tackler for the Owls now subbing out. And Kevin Cunningham is now in, the freshman for this Owls team. And we also have a whistle blown, and it looks like it will be a timeout for the Owls. So following this timeout, a big 3rd down upcoming. We'll be back.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
And welcome back. A big play upcoming as the Owls just called a timeout to get their defense ready for a 3rd and 3. 3:51 left in the game, and the Eagles down 5 with the ball.
Yeah, definitely 2-down territory here, so I wouldn't be shocked to see Laney try and run the ball. That's what they've been accustomed to doing.
Now again, too, remember the other factor. If the Eagles don't get it on these next 2 plays possibly, and they do go for it on 4th, it sets up the Owls in great field position to possibly even get in field goal range, and it makes it an 8-point game. And all the difference, Paul shifts around, has a lot of open room to the right side, and he'll get the first down. There was a free rush off of the left side, but Paul putting on a good move and keeps it going. But there's also an Eagle down back behind the line.
Yep, and you see the zone read. He does his job. He keeps it, gets outside, defensive end crashes for Foothill.
And that was Shakelin, who was right there. He had a chance to make a big-time play. Shakelin already with 6.5 sacks on the year, just couldn't get it there. Shakelin's actually had a fantastic day, especially in the run game. He's been huge in getting tackles for losses and really putting that pressure in the backfield. That time, though, he just couldn't make the tackle. And Paul, so much poise for a guy who just came in literally less than 30 minutes ago.
Right, absolutely. And that just shows, hey, if you're ready on the sideline, you get your number called, and you got to go in and play and make big plays. And Paul able to do that so far here in the second half of play.
Well, that's also the thing about junior college, right? And, any level of college really once you start getting into those high levels is all of these players, even the ones that are sitting on the bench, were starters on a team at some point.
Absolutely. They were the guys, right? They were the guys on their team. They were the one that everybody looked to and to make the plays, and now they come out here and they're like, all right, I've done this before. I'm not worried about it.
Mm-hmm. They're just ready for their shot. Here comes Paul, stagnant, and he gets a throw off, and it is caught for a gain of 6. That looked to be the slot receiver again. A lot of catches on the day for Sanders. Already a touchdown catch and several receptions.
We got a stoppage and play, too, for some reason. I'm not sure quite why.
The refs are discussing, was there a flag thrown? I don't see any flag on the field, but he's looking like he's about to make a call. And it's a face mask against the Owls, so another flag working against the Owls, and this is going to move the Eagles forward. So now they're in great field position. Time isn't a factor now at this point with 3:29 left. At this point, if you're the Eagles and the way you're moving the ball, you kind of hope to get that clock to keep running down.
Yeah, you want to slow things down. What you want if you're Laney is to score with, let's say, 3 seconds left or no time left, because you don't want to kick off, because we've seen how that didn't work out earlier.
Well, here's Paul. He's going to hand it off. A lot of room for Milan. Milan moving forward, and big space. It's going to make it a 2nd and 3. The Eagles just having everything their way now in this 4th quarter. Even in the 3rd quarter, the Eagles weren't moving the ball like this.
No, and it's funny because we talked about everything went the way of the Owls for 3 quarters, right? All the bounces, all the plays, all the momentum, and then here came Laney in the 4th quarter.
2:49 on the clock. Paul hands this one off to Milan, and Milan gets a first down. Well, actually, that looks like it's Zachary Norton, seeing him for the first time in a while. As Zachary Norton gets a carry, and now the clock continues to run down. Laney is inside the red zone. This team has a red zone percentage of 79%. It's another handoff. It's more space and pushing ahead for a gain of 3. Again is Norton.
Yeah, and one thing you've got to think about here is the Owls' defense has been on the field almost the whole 4th quarter. Okay, they're getting tired. We're getting close down to the 2-minute timeout. In fact, we got a timeout called right here.
Well, again, a lot of the
the first one by Laney as we wait for the official.
Well, that goes to the point again where Laney really wasn't worried about the time now. This is the drive. So no matter how this is the drive for the Eagles. They're making it this point will be the game no matter how this ends. And we'll see how it ends after this break. So they adjusted the clock. 2:20 left in the game. The Eagles have just used their first timeout of the second half. But this is it. No matter what, whoever wins on this hold on both sides, this is the drive for the Eagles where they look to take the lead. And the Owls, on the other hand, this is where they look to make a stop and win the game. It comes down to this drive. First down, throw it to the end zone. And it's broken up. Great defensive stop by the Owls on the other side. Willie Clifton, the sophomore veteran for this Owls defense, making a big-time stop and a throw to the end zone.
Absolutely. This is a jump ball fade to the receiver thing. My receiver is going to outplay yours defensive back, and it didn't work out for that way. It's big play there by number 13 for the Owls.
So they test Clifton, that sophomore veteran. Now 2:14 left on the clock, and it is a 3rd and 7. And you can hear the crowd getting loud. This is a big-time play for this Owls team. They look to get a big stop. Throw over the middle is caught. Sanders, he's struck by the referee. And we got to see where that puts him. But right now, it looks like Sanders will still get the first down off of the slant.
Absolutely, and you called it exactly right. He got trucked by the official. I mean, he might have scored if he didn't run to the official.
Sanders had room to work. Instead, though, it still ends in a first down. And now the Eagles inside the 5.
And that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout.
This marks the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to go in this game, and the Eagles looking to take the lead. As you can see, Sanders. I have to give credit to that referee. That's some strong legs that he had to be able to hit and still keep moving up on his own feet.
College football on NorCal Sports TV is brought to you by Foothill College Football. Go to foothillowls.com to learn more about our program. The Hook Bar and Grill in Campbell, California. The Hook, 16 TVs for all your football needs. Vertical Raise, the Owl's choice for online team fundraising. Element Architectural Products. And American Asphalt, taking care of business in Northern California for over 35 years.
Welcome back. If you guys are just tuning in,
Where have
the
you
Owls.
Where have you been? Maybe you're watching the World Series.
I was about to say, the Yankees are probably going to go to the World Series after their game and what's going on. But if you're just tuning in right now, the Owls had a 24-6 lead going into the fourth quarter. Now with 2 minutes left, the Eagles have a chance to take the lead with the ball inside the 5 and only down 5 with 2 minutes to go. First play is a handoff to Norton, and Norton fighting forward for just a short gain of maybe about 1. So now 2nd and goal for the Eagles. Less than a minute to go. Or less than 2 minutes to go, my apologies. Now approaching a minute to go. And the Eagles are okay with running the clock down.
Yeah, this is definitely a situation where you want to work some clock if you're Laney. But like we were talking about it off air, if you don't score here on this drive, Laney, I mean, yes, the official is in play and all that, but it looked like a clear lane to the end zone when he ran into him and knocked him down.
Sanders had a touchdown. It was knocked down by the referee. That snap is high and it's gathered. Moving forward, and a great stop by the Owls defense. It was a great catch by Paul, able to recover the high snap. but Zachary Norton couldn't get any yardage there. And now this is getting concerning for the Eagles on their side as they call a timeout. So now minute 7, and it's 3rd and goal. Again, now this is the game solidified. Laney has used 2 of their timeouts. We're going to get to under a minute no matter how this plays out. So the Owls just need to make 2 more stops, and they could win the game. On the other hand, Laney, if they get into the end zone, they could take the lead with a minute to go. What a finish this has turned out to be.
Absolutely. I mean, this has been a great ball game from the start. It looked like it was going to be a Foothill runaway there for a little bit. It was 21-0. All of a sudden, Laney gets a field goal right before half. Things, okay, 14-3 actually it was, and then kicked it off. 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by the Eagles. Thought, okay, they're going to put it back in check. Laney comes down with a 70-yard kickoff return of their own, get another field goal, and then it's been back and forth here in the 4th quarter. All Laney as it was 21-6.
13 unanswered points for the Eagles, and here comes a big-time 3rd and goal. Paul, jumping back, blitz up the middle, pass is disrupted. Broken up on the play. Great defensive stop it was by Willie Clifton. Another pass disruption from the sophomore veteran. And here comes 4th down.
Absolutely. And they went back to that inside slant route. They called it earlier for a touchdown. Instead, this time, incomplete, tipped away. And I think Laney's going to use their final timeout, and they do.
Laney smartly uses their final timeout. Again, now time isn't a factor at all when it's 4th and goal. So what do you do here, really, for both sides? I want to get your mindset for both coaches real quick while we have a whole timeout.
Yeah, if I'm Laney, I'm going to roll my quarterback out to the right. He's right-handed, give him a run-pass option, try and flood it with 2-3 receivers, maybe a guy coming across from the backside as a check down. If I am the Foothill Eagles, I'm sending pressure. I don't want to sit back and try and play coverage. I want to come after the quarterback. He's a backup quarterback for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. Even though he's a sophomore, he's still the backup quarterback for a reason. So that means he doesn't get a lot of snaps in practice. Heat him up, try and speed things up, and make him make a play off schedule if you're Foothill. And this is where those defensive linemen say, hey, this is your chance to go do your moves. Hey, you practice them all the time. You go your rip, your swim, your whatever it is, slants. Got to get pressure on the quarterback, but don't hit him late. Don't be aggressive. I mean, any kind of defensive penalty resets things and gives them a 1st down. That's the last thing I say on the huddle if I break the huddle is, hey, be smart and play good football.
Well, both coaches have already said the last things they need to say in their huddles respectively. Here it is, 4th down, game on the line. It's Paul, pressure immediate, throws it to the corner of the end zone, and it is broken up. It is disrupted, and the Foothill Owls stand strong in the goal line. This game is over.
Yeah, they run a little switch concept. You got to hitch corners. Defensive back plays it well, number 3.
That was Jaden Robinson on the pass disruption. He gets the game-winning PBU, and the Foothill Owls are going to win this game in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, 59.4 seconds left. 2 knees and it's over if you're Foothill, and you deservingly get your first Bay 6 conference win.
What a way to do it as well. What a way to get their first conference win of the year. The Foothill Owls now will move to 4-1 on the year, and for the Eagles, they will move to 2-4. With a lot of questions yet to be answered for that team. Now, this has got to be credited a lot more so. While the score shows a lot of scoring for the Foothill Owls, a lot of credit actually has to be given to their special teams and defense.
Yes, absolutely.
What a fantastic job it was on that side of the ball. Again, a kick return for a touchdown, which really, when you look at it, that kind of won them the game in a big sense because the offense wasn't producing much after. As they take one more knee and the clock runs down on the beautiful moonlight as the Foothill Owls get their first win of the Bay 6 Conference. What a stand by this Owls defense. It was looking grim for a second, but they hold strong in the end. As you can see, defensive coordinator Brandon Younger is emphatic and excited after that win. What a close finish, and Coach Matt Ravio with a fantastic win. His first on the board as a Bay 6 coach.
Yeah, it was a great game to bring you 24-19. Great way to finish it. If you're Laney, you came up 5 yards short. And if you're Foothill, hey, you bent, but you didn't break. You made the play when you had to. Shows great stamina and determination for Foothill. And, next week they travel to San Mateo. Yep. So that should be another great game. So a short bus ride for Foothill.
Yeah.
So, again, great things ahead for Foothill. Laney, go back and regroup. Hopefully quarterback is okay. Blau, didn't see him the whole second half.
Although they might have found a diamond in the rough with Paul as he managed to engineer this Eagles team back into the game. And what a game it was, as both sides were showing respect to each other for what a fantastic game it was. Now the Foothill Owls, again, as you mentioned, looking ahead, they're going to go to CSM, and then they have a 2-game homestand versus Diablo Valley and San Francisco. So as the Owls try to look to pour these wins on and win this conference. On the other hand, the Eagles, they just lost 1 game in the conference. It's the first one, though. As they look ahead, they'll be heading over to City College of San Francisco and looking to build off on that side as well. We want to thank you guys again for tuning in for what was a fantastic game on NorCal Sports TV. We hope you guys have a fantastic night. Deucios.